Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right?
We've got some great categories tonight, including athletes.
We'll say what's up to your dad.
Seasons COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Lil Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all pick the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons looking like to me.
Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like you came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through, no one's been shot yet.
But I'm going to say at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year.
Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it. Thank God.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Hey, y'all, my apologies. I had to go to a graduation on Friday, so I missed the show, but I'm back, so let's get into it.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat, Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What up, y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's a Grifty Monday. Got a nice show lined up for you today. Shout out to Dre Brown. Dutch is in the house. What time is it over there, Dutch? Is it good evening, good night, good morning? What's going on over there? Heather Harnett, what up, yo? Joe Beard, I see you. Montoya in the house. Steph Colonel. Of course, Jabaria Judah, one of the show's producers, is in the house. Got to tell you, our producers are better than their producers. Strong Dad Protocol. Jabari, you know, while I got you here, is there anything you think I need to discuss on the show today? If there is, DM me. DM me if there's anything I'm missing. I think I did I had to do a quick scramble because I thought I was preparing for Cooley's interview today, which is going to be postponed until tomorrow. His account has been deactivated. More on that later. So, yeah, I had to put together a show today, and I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But we got a lot of good things in the bag for you today to talk about. Shout out Strong Dad in the house. Renee Vogel. Shout out to Renee Vogel. I DM'd Renee last night for the thumbnail artwork for the Cooley Bravo interview. I woke up this morning and was done. I'm like, damn. Bro worked so fast. So if you guys need a graphic designer, make sure you holler at Renee Vogel. Of course, the official DJ of Hotep Nation, DJ Protocol, is in the house. Of course, my girl Lauren is in the house. What up, y'all? I appreciate y'all. I fucking love y'all. Thank you for spending your afternoon with me. With that being said, today's goal for Super Chat support is $50. So if you guys want to support, I appreciate that. Shout out to all my people over on Rumbling. Gonna try and do a better job of keeping in touch with y'all. A comment over there just blew my mind. Hotep Aurora. Wow. I didn't click on that link. I know what story you're talking about. I didn't click on that. Our Apex, our Men of Order sale, 50% sale, half off for Mother's Day has been concluded. And that was fun. We got a ton of new sales. I think it was a very successful campaign. And looking forward to the next one. We're going to run another sale soon, so look out. But as always, matter of fact, what the hell? I still got to, hold on a second. I forgot to change this. And you know what's going to bother me. No, that's not that. Is it this? Okay, it's that. Hold on a second. My apologies, y'all. Is it this one? Yeah. There we go. Save 30% with coupon code Grift Report. Save 30% with coupon Grift Report. Shout out to my management team. My management team has been putting in some tremendous work. Shout out to Stacky and the whole squad. Big things coming for Hotep Jesus this year. For the next year, my management team is beasting. They put together this wonderful deck. And yeah. What's sold out? No, Men of Order, we have not sold out. We're good drug dealers. We don't sell out. Double entendre in there somewhere. We got 148 bottles left of Apex and 150 bottles left of Flow. Make sure you guys are taking your supplements. Matter of fact, I need to take mine. I didn't take my Apex today. I just ate, and you got to have it with food. Otherwise, like, you'll start burping and you'll taste the herbs, but it goes down better with food. Hold on a second. There we go. So make sure you get your Apex. If you get both, Flow, we call that Flowpex. Shout out to Spotless for coining that term. We're not paying him any royalties for it, though. Coupon code Grift Report. All right. With that being said, let's get into the show. We might as well just begin it with Grifter of the Day. Here we go. What do y'all think about that bumper? You guys like the new Grifter of the Day bumper? Shout out to Justin Video for providing us with that greatness. Let's get into thumbs up in the chat if you enjoyed that bumper. Some of the faces that were there for Grifter of the Day. Lauren DM me. She has something that she want me to cover. Oh, wait a second. Lauren, what is this? What is this? Executive producers They done snatched up the Hotep Nation? Wait a second. What is this from, Lauren? Where'd you get this from? This was in the documentary? This was in the Netflix documentary? No way. No way. Lauren, this was in the Netflix documentary? What? They put the Hoteps in the Netflix? Oh, she said yeah. What? You know what? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I just want to know how they talked about us when they put us in this. But Hotep Nation is in Hulu. Hulu, my bad, Hulu.
Hotep.
You gotta recognize the kangs and queens of Hotep Nation. They did that Black Twitter documentary, and you can't do anything about black people, black Twitter, or black anything without recognizing Hotep Nation.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Hotep.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate the producers over at Hulu. I want to know how they talked about us. I got to watch this now. Now I got to watch this. She said, I couldn't even get past that. I was stuck. This is crazy. You know, I saw Goldstein's tweet, about watching it. I didn't watch it. I wanted to wait and see. Now I have a reason to watch it. So, in case you guys are lost, Hulu had a documentary on Black Twitter, and here we have a screen cap from Lauren where they include Hotep Nation. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I got one of my homies from way back, known him over 20 years. He blessed me with a Cash App. I was checking my Cash App this morning, and I was like, yo, is this my nigga Dot? And sure enough, I looked at his picture on my computer. I said, yep, that's Dot. So I said, yo, we haven't caught up in probably like a year or so, at least 2 years. So I'm going to call him at the call-in portion of the show and just catch up with him. I said, yo, I told him I was going to call him after the show and catch up with him, but I was like, yo, I'm going to call you during the show and catch up with you, publicly live and shit, catch up with him, get his opinion on some of these things, and then go from there. Can I sue for infringement? I don't know. All right, anyway, let's go back. That's not what I was going to put up on the screen. All right, here we go. Grifter of the day. Pains me to do this. It pains me to do this, but Megyn Kelly has been honored as Grifter of the day. We have an update on Elon's app. Megyn Kelly recognizes Nick Fuentes as rising in popularity, pointing out that a colleague of hers is now an open groiper. I sent this to Uncle Hotep to cover last night on the show. Let's take a look.
But they're we've talked on the show before about like the Nick Fuenteses of the world.
Oh, well, that's...
No, but he is rising in popularity.
Very much.
Not only did he have the sit down, with Trump, but people I follow on Twitter and who follow me regularly like retweet him, and they'll slide like a video into your mentions. So you've got to watch this.
That's
I have
really
zero
dark.
interest in hearing anything he has to say other than to respond with scorn. But I rarely try to mention him on the show because he deserves to be ignored. However, he's rising in popularity. He's not waning. And there's a reason for that.
That's true. And she says there's a reason for that. And now we're going to get to the crux of the situation.
And people I formerly knew, like at Fox News, like one woman in particular I work with very closely is like now an open groiper. Like I don't know where it ends. But they're like,
So why am I giving Megyn Kelly Grifter of the Day? I think it's because she knows exactly what she's doing. You know, you're complaining about Nick Fuentes rising in popularity, but here you are giving him the plug, helping him rise in popularity. Chat, did Megyn Kelly get the call? Shout out to the producers over at Megyn Kelly Show. I know y'all watch and you love my content. I love you. I appreciate you. I love Megyn Kelly and all of that stuff. So hopefully, you know, I'm not burning any bridges here. This is all fun and media. But tell Megyn she won Grifter of the Day, because why are you concerned about his rise in popularity yet giving the plug? Is it because Nick Fuentes is so big now you can grift off of him? Is it okay now to talk about him? And why is he becoming so popular all of a sudden? Is this part of the control design? You know, is it? That's what I'm wondering. Opinionated junkie. It's your second strike. Third strike, I'm going to time you out. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch in my chat. Don't be a troll in my chat. You fucking with my concentration. All right? And I will get rid of your ass. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I have loyalty to is loyalty. It's the only thing I got loyalty to. I don't care how long you've been a viewer of my show, how much money you've donated. None of that shit matters to me. The only thing I love is fucking honesty and consistency. Okay? But Megyn, did she get the call? Chat, did Megyn get the call? Let's put the poll up. Did Megyn get the call? Or is she grifting? You're going to put yes and then no. Grifting. Let's see. And then I'll give my opinion after you guys vote. But did Megyn get the call? Some people may say, wait, what call is Hotep Jesus talking about? What call is this? Well, part of this cycle, let's call it the balance of power cycle. Okay, hold on. Actually, we should probably go big brain while I wait for you guys to vote. Let me see if I can find anything. I've never looked this up before, and I just got the notion to do this. So let's type in. Let's see what we got here. Nah, nothing pops up. Hold on, I'll check another search engine. Oh, wait, what is this? Did I find something? I think I found something. Hold on. No, I didn't find anything. Anyway, so people are wondering, well, what's the call? What's the call? Well, the call is the balance of power call, right? The left has risen in popularity, so much so that they become uncontrollable. And now we're having a shift to the right. You can even call it a shift to the far right. That's what Nick Fuentes may be considered. Interesting enough, this weekend I had the notion while I was driving back from graduation. And I wanted to listen to some white supremacist talk. So I looked up some white supremacist propaganda. And there were some rather interesting things in there. But one thing I noticed is they corroborated what Strong Dad, Rudy the Vet, and Goldstein said in regard to their own personal experience of being incarcerated as ex-cons and their experience in jail and prison, about how white supremacists operate and how they differ from Nick Fuentes. And I'm listening and I'm like, oh shit, this guy would despise. Like, I'm listening to him and he's not calling Nick Fuentes an op, but his rhetoric about the op is calling Nick Fuentes an op. And I wish I had the timestamp, but I was driving. Actually, I might be able to find it. Maybe if you guys stick around later, if there's time later, I'll pull up and we find it. Remind me. I'll pull it up. Just don't know how far into. It would take me a minute to find. I'll try and get lucky and just tinker around and see if I can find the timestamp. But basically, what he said was Christianity is a form of Judaizing. It basically turning white people into favoring Jews. That's what he said. That's what he said about Christianity. And I was like, uh-oh. More on that later. Let's go to the next grifter of the day before we get too deep. Pause. You know, the Hoteps happen to be trendsetters. Sonny Johnson talked about this on her Twitter Spaces earlier. And people are starting to pick up on the trend. Here we have a gentleman by the name of David Sachs. He's got 850,000 followers. He's a VC from Craft Ventures. Okay. And he says here, there is now a woke right that believes in safetyism. Ideas are a threat to safety. Demand safe spaces, expands speech controls, cancels job opportunities, celebrates snowflakes, and perpetuates hate crime hoaxes. The next time a conservative does this, just call them woke.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
So it's spreading. It's spreading, right? Now, who was in this thread? Let's see if we can find it. Your boy, also grifter of the day, Charlie Kirk, and he says yes. And the responses are astounding. Here's Strong Dad says, imagine being one of the 4 primary leaders of the woke right and commenting yes under this. This AI account who likes to be anonymous, I had a DM with him. I was like, yo, your picture is artificially created with AI. And they said they want to protect their identity, so I understand. But this account said the post was about you, Charlie. And a bunch of other people are just, laughing hysterically because it's like, bro, like, you are that guy he's talking about. Here somebody says, you're one of them, Charlie. Absolutely hilarious. So, that's the thing about the grifters. They're just not self-aware. And even if they are self-aware, because I think Charlie Kirk knows what the fuck he's doing. I think what this is him knowing he's woke right. So he comments yes to make himself not look like woke right.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You know what I'm saying? So next up, grifter of the day. You know what this post makes me want? When can we start betting on college sports? Women's college sports, to be specific. Riley Gaines posts here. She says, Sadie Schreiner, male competing with the women, won the women's 200 and 400 meter today. At the Liberty League Championship meet, he broke the 400 meter women's record in the process. Damn. He would have finished last among other boys by 2 full seconds. This is exactly why we're suing the NCAA. And here they are. Let's go to the tape. Hold on, let's go back. Where are they at? Oh my Lord. That's one ugly bitch.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's an ugly bitch right there. Damn. The funny thing is he should be smoking these hoes. He should be smoking them, but he's not. That's a big motherfucker too. There they go. Poor girls. Absolute shame. Absolute shame. They got this giant behemoth of a man. Nigga like 6'4". Just out here outpacing the women. definitely qualifies for Grifter of the Day. Definitely qualifies for Grifter of the Day. Speaking of Grifter of the Day, Megyn Kelly, the poll is over, and they're saying that Megyn got the call. Wow. Wow. Cannon Hotep says no chase, no race. Megyn Kelly got, you guys think so? 52% says she got the call. Now, I always say if it's not 70% plus, it's not a definitive response. I think Megyn Kelly's just grifting. I don't think she got the call. I think Megyn Kelly is grifting, and I think she's actually concerned. I think Megyn Kelly's actually concerned about the rise of Nick Fuentes. So it's, I would say 60% concerned, 40% grifting. Because if I was concerned, I just wouldn't talk about it, right? But 40% I think is grifting. 60% I think she just really she's really concerned. Now, to say she got the call, right, obviously means she would have to be connected. And I don't think it's outside of the realm of reality that she's connected like that. But if she got the call, then that means a lot of other people are about to get the call. Okay. If Megyn Kelly is probably a low-end tier grifter. She's not as great as some others, that are like, super A-list or super B-list. She's more like, I would say Megyn Kelly is probably like maybe a rung or two higher than me, right? But not super out of here. Like, she's not Rogan level. She's not Tucker level. So I think the indication of the call going out, we probably had to wait for Tucker to say something. Has Tucker said anything? I don't think Tucker has said anything, but I think when Tucker says something, I know I saw an interview with Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes. They framed it as a debate, but I know they had a conversation as well. So who knows what's going on that front, but we're about to see the rise of the far right, something we've predicted and we've known all along was about to happen. Moving right along, still in the Grifter of the Day category. Today we're going to nominate Cooley Bravo. Cooley Bravo, Grifter of the Day. He says, now this is some good grifting right here. This is some good grifting. Rapper Cooley Bravo confirms Drake paid him $150,000 for information on Kendrick Lamar's wife, Whitney, and admits he gave Drake false information. Also, Cooley Bravo says he laughed when he heard Family Matters. Speaking of Kendrick, saying Kendrick laughed when he heard Family Matters. Excuse me. So, Cooley Bravo was supposed to be scheduled to talk today, but he had some running around to do, some errands or something like that. His account has been deactivated. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we were scheduled to speak today. We're postponed to speak tomorrow. So we'll get to the bottom of what's going on tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m., and hopefully have that conversation with Cooley Bravo and find out what's going on. Okay? But I don't know. I said this nigga was in the mix the whole time. Yeah, it seemed like that. So I don't know what's going on, but if he got a $150K bag from Drake, I'm just trying to figure out why he ain't called me. I wish I could have got a piece of that. Pause. More on that saga later. Anyway, let's head to the Men of Order segment of the day. So today, this came across my desk. I hadn't listened to the video, mostly because this video is probably going to make me barf. But it seemed fascinating and seemed entertaining. And I have to think about the audience first. And let's take a look at it.
What I would consider a successful marriage is an obedient wife. To put it simply, men want silence. Unfortunately, women are not offering that in 2024.
We're going to have 10-minute opening statements, 5-minute rebuttals, 20-minute cross-examinations, a time of Q&A for 30 minutes, and then 5-minute closings. The reason we wanted to do that is sometimes in these discussions, people interrupt each other, and the person doesn't get to make the case that they'd like to make.
That marriage is a bad deal for men and steals their happiness. That's just not true. In fact, marriage is the best. You can't interrupt when I'm talking. Have you heard a girl lament that her boyfriend, she'd love to get married, but her boyfriend doesn't want to get married, or he's dragging his feet? How many times have you can't interrupt him until the time is over? Why would it? Because what you're saying is that the
like,
harm.
for example,
let me finish.
Okay, should men marry women that have participated in porn?
I would say that that's definitely a red flag, but it is not necessarily. It's not a deal breaker.
Do you have a son?
Can I answer the questions, Pearl? Because you can keep asking questions and I'll never answer
because
them. By Taylor in
social media,
another one by Taylor done in 2011.
Social media.
I would like to finish. These happy, healthy men who get married, the majority of them, they lose their happiness. Do you have a study that shows that? Because let me finish. Should we look to determine the standard of whether marriage is a good? Let me finish. Whether marriage is a good deal. If a woman does something bad, she should have to pay consequences for it. But if a man, I'm going to finish. Okay. If a man,
so the majority of women aren't. If a woman, that's not the majority. And that's the thing that.
No, let me finish. And because women are 5'3" and 170 pounds. Well, the average man. No, you can't talk now. Be obedient. Quiet. Okay. In many cases, you can have a.
Let him go.
Shh, quiet now. Your boyfriend can help train you on that one before marriage, so that you can.
Feel free to. I'll give you some more time.
That's fine.
Pearl, as a woman who campaigns for the general disregarding of female prominence, what is to stop you from taking your own advice and being quiet, finally? Where is your husband? Why are you so disagreeable, abrasive, and unpleasant while lamenting the very same traits in other women?
I'm actually quite polite, so.
Damn. Somebody, you know how angry you gotta be to like. Or did the Milk Bar team do this? Because they're like, yo, we got to chop this up and edit this up and just skewer her for the internet. Because that's what this is. She got chopped and screwed. Pause. All right, so let's think about this for a second. Number one, why are we platforming this woman? Number two, why can't she stick to her own standards? By her own standards, like the chat said, she's not wifey material. By her own standards, she's not wifey material. She says you got to be obedient, you got to be silent. And how many times did she cut that gentleman off? So much so that he lost his train of thought. She did so much. If you want to know who Pearly Things is, you know what you got to do. You got to watch my interview. You know, before that, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And after the interview, I was just like, that was really awkward. Like super, super awkward. So if you guys really want to know, you know, who she is, go watch my interview with her. It's somewhere on this channel, and it's very cringy. It was very awkward. It was even awkward for me at some moments. I had secondhand embarrassment for her because I'm just like, you can't answer simple questions. We can't have a conversation without you feeling attacked. And she just sunk into her chair and she felt attacked. And I think it's because she does that when she knows she can't combat somebody intellectually. I think that's what's happening. Anyway, let's go on to more important issues. We don't want to spend too much time on that. We got a little bit of a history lesson here. Miss Pinky, drudged up some new information on the female front. This is news to me. She says, Hotep dudes, thank you for encouraging me to look at old newspapers and old history. I found how the law that forced black women into the labor force, that the traditional wife story is not the same when we discuss black women and families. They were heavily fined or jailed if they wanted to be stay-at-home wives, while their husbands fought in the World War. So the title of this, the headline here, this article says, Negro women to be put to work. City ordinance soon be passed requiring them to be regularly employed. many complaints. Okay, so what are these complaints? What are they saying here? Regardless of whether they want to or have to, able-bodied Negro women in Greenville, what is this, North Carolina, who are not regularly employed are to be put to work, put in jail, or fined heavily. Wow. At this special meeting yesterday afternoon, City Council discussed the situation with regard to this class of loafers at some length, and it seemed that all members of council were agreed that steps should be taken to compel them to engage in some useful occupation. It was decided that an ordinance similar to the one now in force requiring all able-bodied men to work at least 5 days per week should be passed with regard to these women. Such an ordinance will be prepared and voted on at the next regular meeting of council. A number of complaints have come to members of council of Negro women who are not at work and who refuse employment when it is offered them. The result being that it is exceedingly difficult for families who need cooks and laundresses to get them. Wow. So basically black women refusing employment, and they're like, no, I need a nigga to come clean my house. Wives of colored soldiers getting a monthly allowance from the government have, a number of them, declined to work on the ground that they can get along without working, according to reports. So their husbands out fighting the war, they're being wives, and they're getting cut a check because they're wives of soldiers, right? And the whites are like, how dare these women not come clean my house? How dare these women not come do my laundry? Yo, racism was really wild back in the day, bro. Like, all of this stuff is worse than what Hollywood tells you. Like, this is crazy. Man, I thought segregation was bad. You know, I brought that up this weekend, talked about segregation and how wild of a concept that was. But this is crazy. And again, this is about insecurities. This is about jealousy, right? They're saying, like, the white men have to go to work, right? And white men have to go to work if they're not in the military, according to this ordinance, like they said. All able-bodied men must come to work. And then they see the black women sitting in a home chilling, being a mom and being a housewife. How dare you have that quote-unquote privilege? Make these niggas work, especially if they're offered work. Wow. Others have flatly refused jobs without giving any reason whatever, while still others pretend that they are employed when, as a matter of fact, they derive a living from illegitimate means. Now, the question there is, what do they consider illegitimate and what is legitimate? Right? Are they selling crack cocaine? Are they moving dope for the cartel? What do you mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, the proposed ordinance will require them all to carry a labor identification card showing that they are regularly and usefully employed, and the labor inspectors and police will be charged with the duty of rigidly enforcing the law. So this really shapes the whole narrative of feminism and women entering the workforce, where it appears as though the white men in charge, at least for black women, put black women to work and at least attempted to. I don't know if this was passed or anything like that, because that's another, piece of the story we got to find out. But at least there was an attempt to force women to work, which means that people in the city council, county, state, maybe even federal, didn't like women staying home, in this case, black women. And because maybe it was wrong to legislate, they used propaganda instead through feminism, women's suffrage, et cetera, to convince women. They said, you know what's even better than forcing women to work? Convincing them that they should work. So, yeah, that's a rather interesting story. History is wild, man, especially American history. It's like, damn, bro. Racism was wild. Anyway, it's time to talk some conspiracy theories. Let's take a look at this TikTok video here.
Pretty funny to me how we have literally declassified CIA documents explaining that we live in a 5-dimensional world and everyone on Earth has the ability to change their reality with their thoughts, yet people still don't want to believe it. There are literally CIA documents that show that your brain waves can basically take you to different dimensions, showing that what you think, your vibrational state, can change your universal hologram. These are declassified, bro. Anyone can look at these. Remember that scene in Interstellar where he's basically falling through oblivion and ends up at the bookshelf and he's talking to the past, manipulating the past? He's basically, he went into the 5th dimension through a black hole. It's funny because the people that run the world are all aware of this. Obviously, this is a CIA document, but they have done everything they can to keep you at a low vibration. And a lot of you guys still think this is woo-woo conspiracy shit when it's literally in the CIA documents. You can go read these all yourself. They know that if everyone expressed more love, our entire reality would shift. Everything would change. Know that when people love each other, are harmonious, they become too powerful, they unite. And the last thing they want is people that come together and start questioning things because their power is very fragile. If we all woke up to it, they wouldn't have it anymore, simply. You can start to change your life by simply changing your thoughts. Start with affirmations. Change your vibrational state by changing what you think to yourself. It's hard, but you really have no other option.
Okay, now we've covered some of this a bit in the past when we talked about spiritual things. Millie may have mentioned this, or Hotep Lil Nigga may have mentioned this, but this is very real, okay? And this is something, like Strong Dad said, Kemet been told you. And that's true. There's a couple of things I guess I can express to you on this matter. Number one, thoughts become things. That's some quote. I don't know if it's Confucius or whoever that was, but thoughts become things. Also, the totality of human thoughts is what creates our world. And that's what the powers that be do. That's why, we talk about things like, oh, here's the distraction. And so back in the day, something would pop up on a timeline and I would say it's a distraction. And people would try to catch me with a gotcha moment. And they say, oh, distraction from what? And my response is yourself.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Because while you're wrapped up in whatever it is they want you to discuss, Middle East conflict, etc., that's time increment stolen from your mind manifesting the reality of yourself. Your community manifesting the reality for themselves. And this also has to do with my own personal experience. People tell me, you should do things this way. You should do things that way. And I'm like, bro, I don't operate in the 3D realm. I operate in the 5D. He just showed you that in the CIA declassified documents. If I say something is going to happen, it's going to happen. If I tell you Hotepistan is going to be a thing, it's going to be a thing. And the more people in Hotep Nation that believe in Hotepistan, the more true Hotepistan becomes. You can literally manifest whatever it is that you want by believing. Okay? So I don't have to do what you do to get success. I don't have to do the things other people think you need to do to get success. No, I will it into existence. I will literally say, here's what I want to create, and it's going to happen. This is why I don't have fear of failure, right? Outside of the short term. Anytime, for example, when we had the Grifties, in the very short term, I had the fear of failure. My team would tell you that. Taylor would tell you that. And I know that that's a very human and ego trait to have fear, which is why I recognize it. And we talked about emotional control. I did a symposium on that. And I say I have experienced fear, which means that this thing is very real, which means that on the other side of fear is probably success. So we just say, yes, let's go ahead and do the Grifties live this year and we'll do it. And it sells out, right? But that's because we don't allow ourselves to maintain a fear vibration. And he talks about the vibration. So when it comes to manifesting things, I know somebody asked me about manifesting things, but the thing about that is, people always talk about these affirmations. I'm going to tell you right now, affirmations are trash, okay? They're garbage.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Don't believe that affirmation shit. That affirmation shit is like a mechanism for people to like brainwash themselves, and it has some effectiveness, but that's not really what does it. That is the beginning step. The affirmations is the beginning step. People think affirmations is the beginning and the final step. It is hardly that. Because you could tell yourself a whole bunch of shit, but if you don't feel it, it don't matter. Your subconscious mind, God, the cosmic consciousness, infinite intelligence, the cosmic only deals in vibrations. So you could say I'm the greatest, but if you don't feel it, you won't be great. And it is those feelings that create vibrations when you alter your vibratory frequency. Things begin to change in your life. When you carry that fear vibration, you begin to manifest all the things that you don't want. This is why we maintain, and this is why we also carry on grand goals like Hotepistan. That's a grand goal. And for some people, it doesn't sound realistic. And for me, it's like, well, that's just the beginning, right? Like creating Hotepistan is still only a first step, right? Like there are still the inner workings of Hotep that have to be manifested. The fruitfulness of Hotepistan, the community, the production value, right? The happiness levels, the utopian experience of Hotepistan. There's still levels to what comes from, like what is manifested from Hotepistan, right? So we talk about, total collective consciousness, right? And what is the collective consciousness of the people in Hotepistan? That becomes something that is hard to rival when you have 50 people in Hotepistan, 100 people in Hotepistan, and we are practicing rituals every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and every night, because in Hotepistan are 4 rituals, maybe 5 throughout the day. But we will have morning rituals. And what is it that these rituals start to create in the 5th dimension that begin to change our world? This is where my mind is. My mind isn't on how do we build Hotepistan. My mind is on what's happening in Hotepistan. So I've already passed the step of manifesting Hotepistan. Hotepistan is already built. It's already a thing. In the 5th dimension, it's already a thing. So in my mind, I'm living in Hotepistan when I think about that place. What are the rituals? How do we operate? What are some of the guidelines? What do we eat? What do we grow? What technology are we creating? What technology are we saying no to, right? So all of that is shit, Hotep Nation. Hotep Nation, you just saw this in Hulu. I remember one time this kid said to me, he doesn't understand marketing, but he said to me when we first ran with Hotep Nation, he said that the word Hotep is not marketable. That's what he said to me. The word Hotep is not marketable. And I looked at him and laughed because, number one, I know that names mean nothing when it comes to branding. Almost nothing. There are some really good names of things, but for the most part, names don't mean much. It's about, what does that brand produce? And that's another story for another day. We can talk about that another day. Maybe Friday we'll do another business class. But I also knew that we operating off the fifth dimension. So through the fifth dimension, all things are possible. So when you fast forward and you see Hotep Nation on Hulu, when you fast forward and you see Jeremy Bourne and Ben Shapiro and those guys borrowing ideas from us, when you see people taking our concepts and people wondering how are we doing these things, it's because we operate in the fifth dimension. And the people that know about this, Goldstein, Strong, that know about this fifth dimension are actually accelerating our success. And the more people that we get to operate on this type time, and this is why I'm so hard on Christians, because it's fine you got your faith, but if you can't acknowledge this shit, you holding us back. Technically, you can't hold us back, but you're not contributing. That's what I'll say. You're not contributing to our work in the fifth dimension because you don't believe this shit is real. Meanwhile, the CIA does a whole document, declassifies it, and they know it to be true. They know that these thoughts that become vibrations begin to shape our reality. So the more people we got in Hotep Nation on that type time, it's untouchable. We're untouchable. It's another thing. People are like, oh, aren't you scared of this, scared of that? And I'm like, no, they're like, oh, aren't you scared that, the black vans will pull up beside your house or, somebody will write an article about you? And I'm like, in my head, nobody can stop me but me. I'd have to self-implode in order to stop, in order to be hindered from success. Those things don't matter. Like, the fifth dimension is ultimate. And once you're there, you just can't be stopped. It's just is what it is. And this is why they bring people into church to stop that level of thinking. Meanwhile, they study a dude by the name of Jesus Christ who's operating on the fifth dimension. So their deity, their icon, is operating off of fifth dimension work, and he's telling people, you can do this too. People go, oh no, it's just him because he's the son of God. He is God, so he can do these things, but I can't. Those are the limitations they place upon yourself. And that's my issue with Christians. Meanwhile, you got some people who are Christians. What do they call themselves? Martinists. They call themselves Martinists, and they use the Bible in conjunction with the fifth dimension. I'm like, all right, now y'all on to something, because those secrets is in the Bible. Those secrets, those fifth dimension secrets are in the Bible. And I want you to tap into that. I want you to tap into the fifth dimension. I want you to tap into your higher self. So I'm glad I saw that video. That was good stuff. Anyway, on a lighter note, well, this might not be a lighter note. This is kind of dark, this next story I'm about to put on your screen. This is kind of dark, kind of creepy and scary. But let's take a look.
Our focus with AI is to help create more healthy and equitable relationships. And that also starts with yourself. How can we actually teach you how to date? How can we help you show up in a better way?
So give me an example.
Okay, so for example, you could in the near future be talking to your AI dating concierge, and you could share your insecurities.
AI dating concierge.
I just came out of a breakup. I have commitment issues. And it could help you train yourself into a better way of thinking about yourself. And then it could give you productive tips for communicating with other people. If you want to get really out there, there is a world where your dating concierge could go and date for you with other dating concierge. No, truly. And then you don't have to talk to 600 people. It will go scan all of San Francisco for you and say, these are the 3 people you really ought to meet.
Yo. Here's the thing. Convenience creates calamity. Convenience creates calamity because you say to yourself, wow, that's really convenient. I will save a lot of time. And it sounds like something I would buy. I'm sure many of us are like, yo, shit, you can find my perfect mate by having my AI date other people. And the truth of the matter is, this probably fucking works. It's probably an ideal way to find a mate. However, here's the part they don't tell you about. Okay, I might get a little deep here. The AI is going to mimic who you are now and not who you can become. So by the AI finding people for your present self could actually backfire. It might stagnate your growth. Because when you date, a lot of dating teaches you what you don't like. Like, yo, you know what? I didn't know I could never date somebody who held these beliefs. Like, personally, if I was dating and you believe in, like, Jesus Christ is your savior, you could not create any of my kids. I will never, ever seriously date or consider somebody to have my children that says Jesus Christ is their savior. I could never do it because I don't want you to pass on dogma to my children. But you don't know that until, hold on a second. You don't know that until you date some sort of, Jesus bug, some chick that's just all about Jesus and Jesus is Savior and only man in her life. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, nah, this is not for me. But you need to have bad experiences to understand what good experiences are. Trying to think of another experience I had. Dating women based upon looks. I've dated really, 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 really attractive women. And then after like a few hours, I'm like, this bitch is annoying. But I wouldn't have known that, right? And then you start to add up all of your interactions with, said person. And now you get to detect these red flags before they come about. The other thing is, when you remove that, you remove people's ability to delineate for themselves what they like, right? You take that, you remove, every time we use AI, we lose a skill. You lose something. Something is lost. And that's with most technology. For example, important phone numbers in my life, like the important people in my life, I have all of their phone numbers in my mind. I don't save them in my phone. I memorize them because I know that is a skill lost. Back in my day, you knew everybody's phone number, your auntie, your number, everybody, you knew everybody's phone number because you had to. But now we have cell phones, so you don't remember anybody's number. You just hit their name on your phone and then bing, bang, boom, you're good. Another good reason to have numbers saved in your mind is because, you might get arrested and you need to make that phone call.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Boy, oh boy. Anyway, but by having an AI go out and date for you, you actually lower your social skills. You lower your social IQ because people who are dating and have to date a bunch of people to find what they like are increasing their social skills. So when you find that person that you think you like or the AI said you'll match with, you're actually matching with somebody with lower social skills, and that might deteriorate the relationship, or it might deteriorate, or let's say that person is perfect for you. Because you've never dated, so on and so forth, your social skills don't help you in business. They don't help you in marketing and branding and business dev. A big part of why I'm able to be successful in business is because I know people. And I know people because I've been around people. Back in my day, you had to approach women to get women. You had to, like, you couldn't. I'll give you an example. 17 years old, and we would go to the mall, right? My homie, he was older. He was a senior in high school, and he had a license, so we'd go to the arcade, and we pick up girls. I was the friend in the group that went and talked to the girls for the rest of them. So I became a pickup artist. I remember at one point, I would come home from school, and my homeboy Frank would be chilling with me, and I'd try to keep track of all my girls. So I'd call this one, I'd speak to her for like, back in the day, there was no texting. You had to actually talk. So this is another thing about technology. Like, you had to talk. There was no texting. So I talked to her for 30 minutes, and my friend Frank was pretty funny. So we had 2 lines in my house. So I'd pass him my parents' line, and I'd call the next girl on my other line. And then I would rotate. So after I pass him girl 1, I'm on the phone with girl 2. Then I'd pass him girl 2. He'd pass me back girl 1. I'd tell girl 1 I got to call her back. Then I'd call girl 3. And I would rotate just to keep these women in rotation. But these are the things that gave me social skills. These are the things that gave me the skills to be able to approach women, to approach people. I remember one time we were down at Seaside, Jersey Shore, and MTV was filming. And I saw Lala and DJ Clue, and my friends knew I was that guy. So they were like, yo, they go MTV, ask them if we could be on TV. And I remember I just walked right up to DJ Clue. I'm like, yo, me and my peeps is here. I see y'all filming. What's good? Can we get in? He like, no doubt. So it's me, him, and Lala. I introduced the next song on MTV, blah, blah, blah. Me and my friends is there. And then I get home and people calling me like, yo, we just saw you on TV. We just saw you on TV. But these are skills I built by talking to people. So when you send your AI buddy out, you actually lowering your social skills because you're not talking to people. You're just not getting those skills. So it could be convenient. You might find the love of your life, but you're going to be socially dumb. And I think that's the big problem with that technology. Let's go to the next story. Story of the day. Ashley Biden's diary is real. Now, we have it right here. Snopes. Snopes says it's true, right? So watch this. I'm going to type in Ashley Biden diary, right? We're going to pull this up and put that right. Okay, so you see here we have April 26, 2024. Biden's daughter urged prison for thief in letter to judge. So they're not talking about, him doing a touchy-feely thing on his daughter. But we have here marker.com, Joe Biden accused of pedophilia with daughter Ashley's diary, right? So today I was looking for something, a news story. And let's just change this to past week. What stories do we have past week? We have marker.com. We have Times Now. And then we have MSN. MSN's title says Florida mom who sold Ashley Biden's diary sentenced to a month in prison, ordered to pay $20,000. So they're writing a story about this. Other than that, mainstream media hasn't covered this. Has not covered this. At least not yet, right? Which tells you a lot about this story and how spooky it actually is. Let's go to the next piece. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. What is this? I haven't even watched this yet. When you touch me like this. How are you? Oh my God. I don't even want to play that. That shit sound crazy. Anyway, here comes Ed Krasenstein. Says here, Ashley Biden's letter to Chief Judge Swain makes you realize how dirty politics has become. A diary is a personal belonging. The woman who stole it should be greatly penalized. No one should have ever seen what was in it, let alone the entire world. People need to realize that celebrities, politicians, and their families are human too. Just like private nude photos of Hunter Biden shouldn't have been passed around for the world to see, neither should have this diary. So this is Krasenstein's doing some damage control for the Democrats. He still hasn't gotten a call yet because they need some people to stay on the left, right? They can't have everybody just completely exit because they're gonna need the left to have some power when they're ready to flip the switch back the other way for the balance of power. But he doesn't say anything about the contents of the diary. He's concerned that the information's actually out. Forget the fact that someone was inappropriately touched by their dad. That's kind of fucking creepy. But this is what the left does. Absolutely disgusting and very suspect. Ed Krasenstein, do better, bro. Do fucking better. I'm disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. Leon said Christians never connect science, philosophy, and religion together. My question, HJ, is why skip the conversation of the fourth dimension equals the architect? I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, God is science and science is God. God explains science and science explains God. They have a symbiotic relationship, and that's what people tend to miss. So the scientists will discount the existence of a God or a higher power, a higher intelligence, and then the religious people will discount science. They'll even discount history. For example, I had somebody, hold on. I'm going to show y'all a bombshell. Hold on a second. Let's go to my profile. And then, what did I type? Watch this. Hold on. I typed that wrong. Hold on. Kumar Daniel, thank you for the $20 super chat. So here we go, right? So I said here, they said, which government system will there be in Hotepistan? And I said, theocratic dictatorship. And Jeremiah Campagna says, of which deity? And I know he's one of these Jesus freaks. And I said, not yours. And he said, shame. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And this is what I fucking hate about these Jesus fucking freaks, because they come off like conquistadors, where it's like my God or no God. And it's just like, this is how they eliminated millions of people from indigenous populations in South America when the Spanish arrived, De las Casas, Cortez, and all these cats, right? So this guy actually, I can't trust him, right? I can't trust him as a leader of anything because, he might want somebody's life eliminated because of his dogma, right? Or he could enable the elimination of somebody's life or rights and liberty because of his dogma. And I said, in response to him saying he is the way, the truth, and the life, I said, only people with historical ignorance say stuff like this. Then he fucking quotes the Bible. Okay. And then I posted this link, and I'm going to show you this link in just a moment here. Give me a second. It's pretty damning for Christians, I would say. And he provides some notes. I guess he read the article. He says a few things. I'm confused on the slights. I'm not conversing in good faith. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just sharing the truth of Christ. I'm already getting a stomach ache. Like, the truth of Christ. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, you're not even reading canon. Second of all, it's all Constantine work. It's New Testament. It's made up babble. And you sound crazy. The points made in this article have all been refuted many times by many different apologists. Even if they weren't, it's not what the Bible says. God's word over man's word. Last time I seen God write something, I can't even quote when the last time God wrote something. It seems like man wrote the Bible, but that's another story for another day. So this is Martin Luther King Jr. And I ran across this because I was listening to Shaka Akmos. And Shaka Akmos was destroying the church, specifically the black church. He called them Satanists. I wouldn't go that far, but the name of this article is The Influence of the Mystery Religions on Christianity. And this is written by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Okay? Martin Luther King Jr., in his own words, basically says that the things that people study in the Bible come from the ancient world. Okay? And he documents it all in this paper. Here's the influence of Adonis. And shows you how, right here, the influence of Osiris and Isis. All right, let's read this. He says, the Egyptian mysteries of Isis and Osiris exerted considerable influence upon early Christianity. The Egyptian mysteries of Isis and Osiris exerted considerable influence upon early Christianity. This is what I like from my Christians. When they go and they do their research and provide us history and are honest about it. Like, I don't care if you do the Bible, but know where your Bible came from and where those stories came from. It says these two great Egyptian deities whose worship passed into Europe, whose worship was passed into Europe, were revered not only in Rome, but in many other centers where Christian communities were growing up. Osiris and Isis, so legend runs, were at one and the same time brother and sister, husband and wife, but Osiris was murdered. His confined body being thrown into Nile, and shortly after, the widowed and exiled Isis gave birth to a son, Horus. Meanwhile, the coffin was washed up on the Syrian coast and became miraculously lodged in the trunk of a tree. This tree afterwards chanced to be cut down and made into a pillar in the balance of Byblos, and there Isis at length found it. After recovering Osiris' dismembered body, Osiris's dismembered body, Isis restored him to life and installed him as king in the netherworld. Meanwhile, Horus, having grown to manhood, reigned on earth, later becoming the third person of this great Egyptian trinity. He says here, in the records of both Herodotus and Plutarch, we find that there is a festival held each year in Egypt celebrating the resurrection of Osiris. While Herodotus fails to give a date for this festival, Plutarch says it lasted 4 days, giving the date as the 7th day of the Egyptian month Hathor, which, according to the Alexandrian calendar used by him, corresponded to November 13th. Other Egyptian records speak of other feasts in honor of all the dead, blah, 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 blah. So even your boy, Martin Luther King, who was a preacher, right? He says here, there can hardly be any doubt that the myths of Isis had direct bearing on the elevation of Mary, the mother of Jesus, to the lofty position that she holds in the Roman Catholic theology. Right? So even your boy, Martin Luther King, did the research and said, yo, guess what? My Bible comes from the ancient world. And this is what people, and then, so then you'll get people who I just told them are, like Shaka says, historically illiterate. He's historically illiterate. They only go by the Bible, like nothing happened before the Bible was written. These people think the world is only 2,000 years old or some shit like that. Meanwhile, science says the world is millions of years old. These motherfuckers think the world was just created last week. Historically and scientifically illiterate. And this is why people maintain control over us, because you got these guardrails, you got these gates on your mind that have you believing in Babylonian bullshit. Anyway, let's go to the phone lines. Text Hotep your name to 202-596-5631. Text Hotep your name to 202-596-5631. I'll be right back after the short, brief commercial break.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
What up, D-Dot? We live on my show. What's up, brother?
What's happening? What's happening?
Not much, hanging in there, just trying to be a black man in America.
I already know, man. I already know. It's tough out here. It's tough.
I saw your Cash App. I hit you. I said, thank you. I appreciate that. Had no idea you was even watching the show. For people who don't know, this is my homeboy, D-Dot Ripper. We go back at least 20 plus years. He's seen me grow. He knows me from back when I was a young cat out here hustling. So he knows where I came from and where I'm now. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna call you up. I was like, I might as well just call you up live on the show. We just catch up live on the show, man. What you been up to, man? How you end up watching my show?
Nah, see, cause I follow everybody, that we came up with, hit everybody with the follow. And then, sometimes I catch stuff that people be putting out. I happen to be down here in my little cave watching YouTube. It was, last week, couple weeks been crazy with that rap beef and all that.
Yeah.
So I was watching the YouTube a lot, and then I seen your shit. This was like live. So I started watching. I was like, okay, my boy up here, man. Look at my boy up here, man. I started smiling, and you know how I am, man.
Yeah.
You was like, yeah, man. Send me this, or I'm gonna get off. So I'm like, man, let me go ahead, man. I know the people want him to stay on, so I just said, here.
I appreciate that. I remember that too. Word. So what's
you know what I'm saying?
So what's your take on all this hip hop beef, the Drake situation, K-Dot? What are your thoughts on that? Who you got winning? What do you like about the beef? What don't you like about the beef?
Man. Well, I ain't gonna lie, man. We got bamboozled, man. But I'm gonna tell you the real deal. We got bamboozled, man.
How so?
And I think J. Cole, he baited us with the might delete later, right? That the title of the album in itself. Then we get the Kendrick diss, and then it's gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we got Drake, with the push-ups, and then we had the little downtime after that. So it was kind of like, the tailor-made thing came out. It was that Drake breaking the AI thing. He's the biggest artist to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The people ain't like it. They felt it was distasteful and all of that. But, if we call it what it is, next week somebody's going to do a song that people love with AI, and they're going to embrace it, right?
Facts.
So I feel like then we got Kendrick Lamar responding since, 17, 18, we ain't heard him. So it's like the shock value. Oh, it's Kendrick. He going crazy. But really, Drake really, I think he's still the champ. Like, if it's a boxing match, it's like you call it a draw, and then we call it the champ still holds the belt.
How?
Because I will tell you, because after further review, after weeks of them stopping them diss records, and don't get me wrong, you know how I feel about music and the culture, B. You know I love music.
Yeah.
So I gotta go with the culture if I'm listening to the raps and how he barring them up. Kendrick barred Drake up.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Right.
But after a week after everything died down, I'm sorry. Like, Push-Ups is a dope record. I could play that. Family Matters is a dope record. I could play that. Even the Not Like Us, I like that record a whole lot. But I feel like that's the ultimate cheat code. Mustard on the Beat could have been followed by anything.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been followed by anything, because once you hit Mustard on the Beat, our culture is going to grab it and go crazy.
Right.
Tiger and all of that. But You know, I'm not riding around jamming to the pedophile type theme song. Like it's just something about me. Once you take it to the where we from, B, you got to call. If you call me that, you better have some proof or something, or it's on site. I'm going to where you at. You can't just. It's not cool to do that. It's not cool to do that.
But the proof is out there, though.
Yeah,
they got
but
that video.
Ain't for nobody. But look, which one? Which video?
Drake on that stage with that little girl.
Where he said, "I like the way your breasts feel on my body."
Yeah.
That's tough. But they say he was 23 at the time. They said at the time he was 23.
She was 16.
Look, hey, I'm not the police. It's not my. I don't care what they saying.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I need to see the charge, the mugshot for me to start talking crazy. That's just me. I need to see the paper. I'm from that. I need to see the paperwork, the charge. We all seen the 20-year-olds pick up the girls from school.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the era. You feel me? If you was born in the 80s and went to school in the 90s, you seen Poppy and them picking up the young girls in they loud Hondas.
Yep.
Let's not forget that.
That's true.
So,
we did see that.
You know, I'm on my business. I'm on my business when it comes to that. I definitely do.
But does accuracy really matter as much as niggas lie in hip hop?
Nah, I just think 2024, the T outweighed what was actually happening. I feel like Kendrick could have barred them up without even going there. I feel like he would have whooped them regardless.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I just think, and it's Drake, he want to play with everybody, girl. Everybody gonna like that,
Right. But Drake has some fake news too about Whitney.
Yeah, but everybody knows Drake's gonna come for the significant other. We knew that was gonna come.
Yeah.
We knew it. And they been separated for a year.
But she with K-Dot now though in NY. So Drake don't got the right information.
Yeah, and I think that's where people went wrong. I think that's where we started going wrong as a culture anyway. We started looking into people's business too much instead of handling shit for face value. I
agree with that. Like, the messy part of the rap beef did take away from the rap beef. Talking about people's girls and the pedophile stuff. Like, we kind of just want to hear bars because that's the era we grew up in, right? Just bar this nigga up and run with the double entendres because we come from Beans versus Kiss.
Right.
Even when Jay dropped Super Ugly, nobody respected it because he's talking about dudes' baby moms. Right?
Right.
So Hove didn't get points for that. So we come from that era where that stuff don't really hit. So I agree with that. Now, go ahead.
Nah, and I just think that's where we bad. We be bad at in the culture. Like, we bad at this messy shit now. Like, we too messy. That's why we don't even got a lot of people that's skilled artists. And then the good songs, I was just talking to my peoples the other day. All the good songs be short. They be short.
Yeah.
They fuck around and make a classic. They be short. You can't even
Yeah.
It's crazy.
By the time you finish vibing and shit, the song over. Yeah.
Yeah, you be playing it 1,000 times for them streams.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. You're right. The messiness hurts the culture. What do you think about the Diddy situation?
Once again, Diddy ain't been charged with nothing. They ran up in his house. They got his son out there making crazy records, like talking about it was the house next door and all of that.
Yeah.
So, it's another thing. He ain't been charged with nothing. Like, I feel like if everything was as black and white as what we say in our social media, then he should be in jail, right?
True. That's true.
I mean, it's black and it's cut and dry on the internet. We praise him and drop him in the same minute. You feel me? Cut and dry.
Yeah.
I don't play with the internet. I don't play with that.
Yeah, you've never been somebody that plays with the internet shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I be watching though. I know what's going on.
Yeah. So tell me what you think about my theory, right? Because with R. Kells, Bill Cosby, Diddy, I think that because they got studies that say that people who got dementia, memory loss, and old age, some of those things that help them recall memories is music. And I think what happens is when they come after some of our music stars, they're trying to delete our memories. What you think about that theory?
Oh, nah, I love it. I love it. They erasing, me and my people should not be on the game. Shout out to all my Xbox crew, you know what I'm saying? My crew on the box.
Mm-hmm.
But we was talking, and it was a situation. Matter of fact, we was talking about today with the teacher letting the kids do his hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
I saw that.
You got wind of that yet?
Yep, I saw it.
Now, that's crazy. That's crazy in itself because, like I said, you at work, you don't want to be seen like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, people feel like they feel about whatever. But even if the teacher, was homosexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was all brought up like the Bible say it's a sin.
True.
But people, so we're not gonna go for what we know, like what we've been taught all these years and all of that, something like that, something like they just taking that stuff away from us. They taking they force feeding us an agenda. You feel me? They force feeding us an agenda. It's trickling down to the kids because they don't want another batch of 80s babies. They don't want another batch of us. You feel me? And I really believe that. They don't want another batch of us. So they trying to get rid of that.
So you saying the video with him getting his hair, taken out by the girls is inappropriate and the people defending him are part of the agenda?
Correct. They're trying to go with the whole, it's innocent, it's fine, he doesn't even like women. No. We're not going for that. He's at work, he's a teacher. My kids, this is not a cosmetology school. This is a school. So you feel me?
Yeah.
They don't, male or female. We would have a problem if it was a male or female teacher. You know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not what you're there for. And then in this day and age where we got influence over the youth, they say, oh, he's such a cool guy. He could get those kids to do anything, come anywhere. Or what? Do his hair? Come on now.
Did you see his video after he got fired?
He was crying.
How'd you know?
Let me tell you. What else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? You get put on the internet. You either gotta go crazy or you gotta cry. It's just it. That's it. You gotta get the backing, whichever way you want to lean. Because there's people that's gonna support you either way. But you just gotta get you gotta get those people on your side early.
Yeah. So he took the TikTok, tears was flowing. You know what I'm saying? And he got a text message from one of the students calling him bestie.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I'm like, if this ain't proof this nigga been overstepping boundaries, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and they feel comfortable with it, and he the one that's saying, hey, don't tell your mom, and they gonna try to don't tell them, man, because we look crazy. Don't tell, man, get away. You fired. Don't come back. Don't teach nothing. Don't come around my kid, for sure. For sure. Don't come around the kid.
Facts. When I first saw the video, I was like, nah, this is not it. This is not it right here. this is very creepy, and I'll be upset no matter the gender of the teacher.
And the crazy thing about it is, at first, I saw it was just 2 girls. I put my phone down. I was mad about that. You know, I unlocked my phone again. The video still playing. No, it was like the whole class. It was 5, 6 of them.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
And then in the video, he talking about let's stir the pot. Well, if you saying in your video, let's stir the pot, you can't be crying after you get fired because you knew what you was doing when you said, let's stir the pot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just didn't care. He didn't care about his job. He wasn't aware. So I definitely don't want you teaching my kid because you're not even aware of what you're doing. Like I'm good. I'm all the way good with this 2024 way of thinking. I'm all the way good with it. I've been done, but it's getting out of hand for real.
So you're seeing the agenda?
Oh, I see the agenda, and it's been in our face for a while. We just let it happen. I mean, Mr. Obama, you know.
Wait, hold on. You know you can't come after Obama now.
Listen, I ain't coming at nobody. I just see what's going on. I just see what's going on. Listen.
What Obama got to do with it?
Well, from what I know is that, you know, he signed a lot of laws. He signed a lot of things. And shit just been rolling downhill ever since.
But you saying for the agenda?
For the agenda.
What about?
I don't know.
What about Black Lives Matter? Did you see the agenda in Black Lives Matter?
You know I seen it. You know I seen that. You know I seen that. I live in Atlanta now, B. So don't get me started. Don't get me started with this.
You in the middle of the agenda.
Yeah. Hey man, listen. I'm in the A, man. I know what's going on, man. That Black Lives Matter, huh? That's what we doing?
That's what they doing.
Hey, yo, how much money they made? I just want how much money they made?
Nigga. They got Bill Gates money now.
Yo, they got a lot of money now, boy.
Yeah.
Yo, ask them if they matter still. That's all I wanted. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let you stay with the policy. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Don't say too much. Don't say too much.
Yeah.
All.
Nah. I already gave my whole Instagram name and everything. I ain't saying nothing.
They gonna be at your door ASAP protesting, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man, but it's just crazy out here, man.
Do you think the culture can recover, and what will it take to recover from the agenda and all of this stuff happening? Do you think we can recover, or is it a wrap?
Damn, that's tough. That's a good question. Damn, that's tough because I think it's just so much out there, and I think it's so many channels and outlets people could turn to and push whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with the sounds, right? Like we were just talking about the sounds and bringing back memories and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The world don't even sound the same no more.
Damn.
Don't even sound the same.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
You look at the TV. You don't get none of the stuff that we got back in the day. You don't get nowhere close to it. So I don't know if the writers or the people that be, you know, I don't know if they changed what they told to do, but it's just not the same. That stuff don't hit the same no more, man. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because you would have to have somebody come out, and this is what I'm saying about they trying to take away the '80s babies, our generation specifically, because I really do believe that our generation was that generation that was going to kick the door down, and we was going to make the change. See, after us, it was no guidance, right?
Right.
Like oh man, I could get deep in this shit.
Get deep.
Hey,
get deep. Pause.
I
Get deep.
Get deep in this shit, man. Pause, man. But it's like, you know how you kill leaders like Malcolm X and a Martin? You know, you take leaders like that out. Who's our replacements, though? Who's the cultural replacements, right? We anoint, and I'm just going to take somebody like, and I don't got nothing against this brother, and I don't have nothing against the brothers doing their thing. But they start looking at a Drewski. They start becoming the people that people look at and follow and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, who is the replacements for positivity, whichever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Whichever way you want to lean. But who would we listen to?
Umar.
And I think...
What about Umar? Go ahead. My bad. I cut you off.
Nah. No, I like that. I like that. But, you know, it's not... I just think when we got like Umar, right? I love it. But they scale it down. See, we in the world where they could silence your messages to people. They could put the silencer on you.
Yeah.
You know, like based off of what they call algorithms now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we got people, let's say, I use myself for example, okay? I use myself. Say I'm on Instagram, I'm following what I want to follow. I'm in the I'm following strippers, right?
Right.
So my algorithm is showing me a whole bunch of ass all day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
I don't even get the messages that I need to get sometimes until maybe I have to go on a Facebook, or I have to go something, or I have to word of mouth, you know what I'm saying, tells me to look into this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not ideal to something that I would do in my leisure, in my pastime, and I think that's the problem too. It's just hard to get a message out there when you playing with algorithms.
Yeah.
Based off of what you typically do. Because if you ain't typically into that, you ain't going to see that.
Are you seeing it because you mentioned TV. So we do have black shows, right? Like we got The Shy, we got BMF, we got Power. What are you watching now from black media?
Yeah, I seen all of it.
Mm-hmm.
We go. Yo, the stuff we make good. That's all I'm saying. It's the stuff we make good. That's all. That's all. And it's just we know how to make some gangster shit look good, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We do know how to do that.
Yeah.
And you know that shit don't help. I don't think that shit helps. That's the best stuff we got on TV to watch. Back in the day, we had that stuff. We had good movies, and we had good Friday night shows. And it starts with the sitcoms and everything else, man. We don't got none of that. Ain't no need for them to stay home and nothing like that because ain't shit on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
Then the podcast.
The podcast. Everybody be on the podcast. I like the podcast thing. I'm not gonna front. I was thinking about trying to get into the podcast. I like the podcast.
Word.
I like that because a lot of people, we be on the move, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I could just put this on and listen while I'm moving. Or a lot of people work and pull long shifts and, you know, stuff to listen to. I like the podcast shit. The podcast shit is cool. And I don't care. And I don't care what the angle is either. Because if it's your opinion, go for it.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's up to me to decide if I'm gonna keep listening or not. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we got options now.
But
with
I'm
the
not
podcast.
cool with that TV. You don't got option with that TV. I'll tell you that.
It's just one message coming out that thing.
Boy, I had to watch my little ones, man. They be on the TV. Next thing you know, they watching some shit. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is y'all watching? Like, let's block that. You know, let's block that.
Word.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you have to be paying attention. They kind of limit you. Like, if you ain't got your eye on that iPad, you don't know.
You don't know. And they slip the messages in quick. And it's it's real weird. You know, you'll have a dad in the dress real quick.
ASAP, man. And you'll have to answer quick. Like, who's ready to talk to their kids about that shit and they not even entering like puberty or nothing?
Right.
Like, they little as hell. And we know they're impressionable because they little us.
Correct.
They do everything we do. So we know that they impressionable. We know that. Yeah, it's a tricky game. It's a tricky game they playing with this TV.
Man, I'm scared of Miss Rachel. You know Miss Rachel?
What's that?
So Miss Rachel's for the toddlers, right?
Oh, yeah. That's that what on that cartoon.
No, she does the puppets.
Oh nah, I ain't seen that.
Which cartoon you talking about?
I was talking about the Gracie's Corner.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Word?
Yeah, they slipped some stuff in the Gracie Corner one time, man. And that, you know, when when Gracie was at his height during the pandemic, remember?
Nah.
I don't know. Nah, but there was this. It was real good for.
I guess my daughter hasn't reached that age yet, so I'm not familiar with that age group content. But what happened?
But yeah, because you know they like for it's like all right, so they get the good songs. It was good. They got a lot of views quick, and they was doing the catchy songs and stuff. And then next thing you know, they added a new character. And it was a new character all of a sudden. And you got all of these followers. So I'm like, did somebody contact them and say, hey, y'all getting too big now. Y'all got to incorporate this for the others.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like now, they don't watch Gracie's no more. They don't watch that no more.
Yeah.
They don't watch that no more.
You know,
but yeah, not that.
I think what happens is these things become super successful, and then the others buy it. They buy it out and then insert them new characters. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, they sell out. Yeah.
And I could see that because, I mean, we all got to be honest here when it comes to money and providing for your family, right? We gonna do what it takes, right?
Yeah.
To provide for our family. It's up to the individual to have some type of moral compass or some type of, you know, some type of what we gonna do or what we not gonna do. My bad. Hold on, these kids running around. But you know, we all got that what we gonna do for the money and what we not gonna do for the money, and I think that gets lost in a lot of people's decisions, like the current state of their family or what they want to do.
Yeah.
So I think it makes it easy to sell out, you know?
And sometimes they just ignorant. Like they don't even know what that new character is or what it could do. They just like, this person said, hey, insert this new character and I'll invest $10 million into the project. You know, they're like, oh, this has to be harmless. It's just a new character, right? And sometimes they just don't know.
In 2024, you gotta know, right?
Yeah.
If you gotta know. You gotta know, like, this is being put in front of our faces.
Yeah, if you don't know in 2024.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what you're doing.
I think a lot of people is playing blind. Like, you know, they don't want to acknowledge it. You know? You said...
Yeah, they don't want... They want that money. They want that money. They want that row.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. And it's all money ain't good money, but like, hey, yo, you see how they had people just smoking in the packs. Remember when all that started with the Chicago Chi-Town beef and all of that?
Yeah.
Everybody got so disrespectful.
Yep.
We like it breeded a whole culture full of disrespect. Right?
Yeah.
Because that shit ain't cool. People didn't grow up like that. When people die, they dead. It's over with. It's done. Now you got this good Soldier Boy, the person who some people say he invented the internet, right?
Yeah.
He going crazy talking about somebody's dead mother. That's what he woke up to do.
He wild
That's
out.
what he woke up to do. That's what he woke up to do.
On Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's what he woke up to do. So what about the people that he get influenced, man? It's just a whole nother fucking culture of hate. Like, what are y'all doing? This is and he constantly does that.
Yeah.
Yells in his phone, in his house. You notice he has a very nice house.
Yeah. He just
So it's very nice.
he stay yelling into his phone. Puss ass Nick. Puss ass Nick.
Stay yelling in his phone. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Like, you can't get on the internet and be for real. Like, you gotta have some type of sway with you, man, because that shit that eats you alive, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, man. But now you gotta get me back on the show, man. When we got a hot topic or something, man, I'm always available, man.
Anytime you want.
Yeah, just hit me, man, because I'm always available, and I just work, and I don't really do too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm available for the people. The people need to hear some of this shit I got to say sometimes.
That's exactly why I wanted to get you on the line. I'm like, nah, these niggas need to hear from my nigga D-Dot, man. Y'all need to hear from Dot, man, because he keep it real.
Yeah, I'm always going to keep it real. However it go, however it make me look, it is what it is.
I had Demic on last week. Demic on.
My brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
He came out. He saw me a couple weeks ago in New York. He came in and showed me some love when I was out there at the Fox building, and he came on the show last week and week before. So I gotta bring all my niggas into the rotation on the podcast. But if I don't reach out, because I don't know what topic it piques your interest, right? So if you see a topic that piques your interest, like, yo, I want to talk about this shit, just text me. I'm live 2 p.m., 3 p.m. got the phone calls. I hit you up. We just chop it up.
Man, no doubt. Say that, man. I'm gonna be tuned in, man. And hey, man, to all the supporters, man. Hey, this is a good brother, man. This is a good brother all the way.
Appreciate you.
It ain't like that nonsense. It ain't like that nonsense that's out here, man. It's a good brother.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Much love. Love you, bro.
Love you too, bro. Hey, tell the fam I said what's up, man.
Absolutely. Will do.
All right, bro.
It's my nigga D-Dot. Basically grew up with him, man. Basically grew up with Dot, man. Dot was there when I started my first record label. Y'all gonna hear some more from him. We're gonna tell some stories about, when I had my record label and shit. A lot of stories, lot of stories. Yeah.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Yeah, that's my nigga Dot, Steph. Good opinions.
Call from Murphy.
Ghosting.
What's happening?
What's happening, cuz?
Oh, man, same old shit.
What's up with him, y'all? What you got for us today?
I think as it pertains to can we recover?
Yeah.
As a culture,
Mm-hmm.
we absolutely can and will recover. But here's the rub. Here's the shitty part about that.
Okay.
It's going to take a lot of fucking ass whoopings to do that.
Oh, this
Possibly
a real
worse.
Hotep brother.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna have to get ugly. It's gonna have to get ugly before it gets pretty. I agree with that.
You know how people say, like, I got this perspective and I want my voice heard in this conversation?
Yeah.
That shit gets shut the fuck down if we recover as a... There is no your voice. There is our voice collectively, or get your motherfucking ass up out of here. Those are your options. No more FBA, ADOS, Tether, all that shit. Gone. All you niggas, you got to go. You can have those beliefs, but you better not bring them up in the forum, or we whooping your ass just on the strength of it.
Damn.
That's how that has to go in order for us to recover as a culture. There has to be one motherfucking goal, one outlook for the foreseeable future until all the rest of that nonsense is at a minimum. Because you can never get rid of nonsense, and that's a whole other fucking conversation. People always talking about we need to eliminate. You can't eliminate a fucking thing.
That's true.
Everything has to exist.
That's true.
But you can keep that nonsense to a minimum, and until shit gets put down to a minimum, you shut your motherfucking ass up. I better not hear a FB nothing out your motherfucking ass, and I better not hear shit out of you, you motherfuckers, from way over the goddamn ocean. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You either on the same page, or you can visit your relatives at the bottom of the Atlantic.
Oh my God.
Oh, this a real Hotep, brother.
Oh, damn. It's a spicy Monday, y'all.
Shit, man. I'm tired of this shit. That shit with dude got me pissed, bro.
With who?
I've been mad all morning.
With who?
Homie who got the 10 years.
Oh, Dexter Taylor.
Nigga. I've been on one all morning. Like,
yeah.
Fuck this shit. That's the type of shit I hear and just be having me wanting to throw it away, bro. I'm not even lying.
That's why I didn't cover it, because I'm afraid of what I might say. I'm afraid of how I might feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I can't cover this story because I'm going to say some shit that I'm going to regret. Ali Shakur going to come out today. You know what I'm saying? But free Dexter Taylor, in case y'all not aware. Free Dexter Taylor, man.
Free Dexter Taylor, man.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up, bro.
Now, look, as far as your girl, Megan Kelly.
Yeah.
Nigga, she got the call.
She got the call?
She got the call.
Oh, this a real Hotep, brother.
Oh, man, don't tell me that. Why you say she got the call?
Because she directed motherfuckers to another limited hangout. Just like Candace Owens' bitch ass did over the weekend with that book. She put that book on there. That motherfucking book sold out in Amazon in like an hour, bro. The Chaos book?
Yeah.
That shit ain't nothing but a limited hangout. That's where they send you because you think you know something's up, and you may even have a little taste that, yeah, these motherfuckers ain't operating above board. Something is up with the government. They send you there to figure out what it is. Meanwhile, they continue to move the fucking levers of control on your ass. That's what those are for. That's what Nick Fuentes is for. So when you direct in traffic to his punk ass, in spite of the fact that you sit up there talking about everything that he stands for, I'm against, and I can't stand this type of shit, but you steady doing it, I have no choice but to believe you either A, got the call directly from Langley, or B, your bosses got the call and they're pressuring you to do it.
Damn.
Either way it goes, you got the call.
Damn. Oh, man.
Listen, are you going to sit up here and talk about Patrice Cullors in any form or fashion if she's not in the news cycle? Like, if this bitch didn't do or say something that put her squarely in the news cycle, you'll cover that.
Yeah.
But you're not going to randomly on the Grift Report be like, and another thing, Patrice Cullors, just out of fucking nowhere, because you can't stand that bitch, you can't stand what she stands for.
Right.
So you ain't going to give her that type of love.
Right. Exactly.
What am I supposed to think when you do weird shit like that, outside of me being a suspicious nigga thinking that you were fed? That's the only place I can go when you do weird, out of the fucking pocket shit like that. I don't know.
Laura Ann said Goldstein, 4 exclamation marks. Yeah, Laura. Damn.
Yeah.
So the calls are going out. Who's the next call?
Out.
Who's the next call? If you had to take a guess, who do you think is going to get the next call to inflate that name, Nick Fuentes?
I'm trying to think of all the main people. Alex Jones already did it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Somebody who can touch on him. My guess is they're going to arrange a debate between him and Ben Shapiro before the end of the year. Ben Shapiro is going to agree to that, knowing that it's going to elevate dude. That's what's going to happen before the end of this year. The debate between Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes is going to happen.
Yo, if Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes debate, that is definitely signs of a limited hangout. Oh man, that would be an op for the centuries.
I'm telling you.
Damn.
Either him or somebody of his ilk, like a Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? One of them upper echelon conservative Inc. type motherfuckers. They're going to invite Ben Shapiro or Nick Fuentes into the fold.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
That's going to get him on that mainstream tip, because that's where they're trying to elevate him. You got Megyn Kelly touching on him now. You got Elon making sure that he's got a clear path on Twitter. He's being invited into the mainstream at this point. And there's nothing more main than either Ben Shapiro or Tucker Carlson. And I don't see Tucker being there just yet.
Okay.
But they align more closely, so one would think that it would be a natural evolution for him to end up on Tucker before Ben, but I think because everything is being done in an adversarial light, I think it would be more strategic for them to do it with him and Ben.
Now, I saw Tim Pool rejected the conversation because he was concerned with monetization. Tim Pool was about his coin. You're not going to get him to fuck up his coin, you know what I mean, his monetization. So, I can't really say it's an op because Tim's going to choose his wallet over the op any day of the week, you know what I mean, because he's just got so much power over what he does. But yeah, it's starting to look like a limited hangout, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I said, she talking about, what's her face, Megyn Kelly, back to her for a second, she talking about one of her colleagues is a groper now, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain on who that could be. Like, where does she work now, first of all? I don't even know what she works for anymore. She independent? She's still with NBC or what?
Independent through Sirius.
Okay, so then, yeah, there ain't no need in speculating, because I was about to say, oh, damn, don't tell me Al Roker is a groper now. That ass Al Roker. Nah, but yeah. As far and I just want to close on this. I know I said I wasn't gonna bring this shit up no more on the show, but this is my last time doing it. I swear.
Okay.
This beef, this Kendrick beef.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna the Ebony Prince account. That Ebony Prince account is looking more and more like Al Capone's vault as we speak.
What do you mean by that?
Remember Al Capone's vault from the 80s when Geraldo cracked that bitch? Yeah, he had a big special. I think it was on one of the major networks. It might have been Fox when Fox was real young, or it might have been one of the big three. But he had a big special where he was going to open Al Capone's vault. They found this vault in Chicago, it was sealed, shut down with brick wall and all this other shit. They found it, and they was going to open it live on TV to see what was in it. When they opened that motherfucker, it wasn't nothing but dust in that bitch. Dust and cobwebs. That's what Ebony Prince is looking more and more like as we speak. Dust and cobwebs.
Yeah.
Quit following their site.
Yeah, it was looking like QA9.
QAnon for black folks like a mother.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that. Yeah, this is true. This is true.
That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
I just found, now, I said I was listening to a white supremacist talk, right, this weekend. Yeah. Into pure intuition, right? So I'm going to go into this segment. I found it. There's a transcript, so I was able to search through this transcript, and I found this video. I want you to listen to this, And if you want to call back in, you can. But I also want Rudy, because Rudy's waiting. Rudy, I want you to listen to this too before we go to Rudy, but I want to play this clip. So check this out coming next.
All right, we'll do.
All right. So this weekend, pure intuition, you know, I was like, I'm driving, so I want to listen to a podcast. I want to listen to a lecture. And I chose to listen to a white supremacist, okay? I guess I'm using that term lightly. I guess it's just say white nationalist, but when I say white supremacist, you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to play this clip. Listen to this. Let me adjust the volume, and let's play.
Subtitled, The Judaizing Heresy. Judaizing is sort of a, Christianity itself is a Judaizing heresy, if you want to take it like that. But as typically used, it's used by Catholics to attack, as they see it, Protestants. They're Judaizing, unlike the Catholics who remain true to Jesus, who certainly wasn't a Jew. Well, of course he was. So Christianity itself is Judaizing. They're Judaizing whites, is what you might call them.
Did you hear what he just said? So this is what the real white nationalists believe, and I'm gonna go back, let you guys listen to one more time, just in case you missed it.
Jesus, who certainly wasn't a Jew. Well, of course he was. So Christianity itself is Judaizing. They're Judaizing whites, is what you might call them. Nevertheless, the Christianity itself is Judaizing, remain true to Jesus, who certainly wasn't a Jew. Well, of course he was. So Christianity itself is Judaizing. They're Judaizing whites, is what you might call them.
Did you hear that? He said Christianity itself is Judaizing whites. Christianity itself, he says, is making whites more Jewish, more in alignment with Jewish power. Because you know the white nationalists or whatever, they have a big problem with Jews. So the ex-cons have said, yo, if you see a white nationalist pushing Christianity, it's not a real white nationalist, because white nationalists don't push Christianity. They believe that Christianity is a form of Judaism. This is why you watch the Grift Report. This is why you watch the Grift Report, because you're not going to get this type of reporting anywhere else on the internet. So the white nationalists say, yo, y'all following Christianity. And I said this before. I said it in the Twitter Spaces last week. And I said Israel is the spiritual center of Western civilization. And somebody laughed and was like, yo, that's nonsense. And I'm like, I didn't rebut and I didn't respond, because sometimes the Hotep gems are so real that people are going to have a hard time grasping them. Like, if you don't watch the Grift Report, if you ain't hearing Goldstein talk, if you're not grasping, you know, some of the meta things at work in this world, if you're not reading the material I tell you to read, for example, when I showed you Carol Quigley, who worked for the Control Design and comes out and tells you their plan and tells you that Israel is the spiritual center of Western civilization. So I can show you, I just showed you how a white nationalist just said Christianity Judaizes white. Carol Quigley tells you Israel is the spiritual center of Western Civ. I know it to be true. Your God, Jesus, is a Jew. So that's why, to me, it's weird when people say, I'm pro-America, anti-Israel, anti-Jew. I'm like, you must be historically either illiterate or ignorant. Historically ignorant, because that's not how Western Civ works. Matter of fact, I should play this other part of this video. Let me see if I can find it. Watch this. Because he goes. Hold on, watch this. Let me find this next part. Hold on, I'm going to find it in just a second. Hold on. No. Quarter key or something. Nope. All right, let's listen right here.
Yeah, from 1093 until 1113. Novgorod are 1078 to 1087, and Grand Prince of Kiev from 1093 until 1113.
It's 1093. This is the year. 1093 AD.
So like in the West, in Spain, the priests, the metropolitans, and the princes are protecting the Jews. So Christianity protects the Jews. That's why they allow it, where they have control. Point I know.
This is what the white nationalists is saying. I'm going to play it again. This shit deep, yo.
Novgorod are 1078 to 1087, and Grand Prince of Kiev from 1093 until 1113. So like in the West, in Spain, the priests, the metropolitans, and the princes are protecting the Jews.
Right? So I also said, I'm going to show you the tweet. And people argue with me when I type this, and all I'm saying is, you just not right here. Here, let's put this on the screen. I said, because people always talk about the Jews. Number one, right? So somebody said all cryptocurrency will be confiscated by 2025 by the Jewish panopticon, right? And I said, number one, Jewish power is impotent without complicity from Anglo-Saxon power, right? That's what I told them, right? And you get some people, you know, who begin to argue with you, right? Meanwhile, what are they saying about Russian history? This is Kiev. This is 1098 AD. This is before we get into the Russian Revolution. This is before we get to Ivan the Terrible, Catherine the Great. Before any of that. Before King George. Before William of Orange. Before America. 1078 AD. This is what he says.
Novgorod are 1078 to 1087, and Grand Prince of Kiev from
the Grand Prince of Kiev in 1093 AD until 1113.
1093 until 1113. So like in the West, in Spain, the priests, the metropolitans, and the princes are protecting the Jews. So Christianity protects the Jews. That's why they allow it, where they have control. Point I never cease making, to very little acknowledgement. So they
now he's going to tell you why they protect them.
Protected them since the trade and enterprising.
B said, dude sounds anti-Jew. He is.
Spirit of the Jews brought the princes financial advantage, to very little acknowledgement. So they protected them since the trade and enterprising spirit of the Jews brought the princes financial advantage. That's another common theme, the elite of whites using Jews to farm and administer the lower castes and protecting them in exchange for money.
So you heard that, right? You heard that? Play it one more time.
Metropolitans and the princes are protecting the Jews. So Christianity protects the Jews. That's why they allow it, where they have control. Point I never cease making, to very little acknowledgement. So they protected them since the trade and enterprising spirit of the Jews brought the princes financial advantage. That's another common theme, the elite of whites using Jews to farm and administer the lower castes and protecting them in exchange for money.
Okay, so everybody likes to talk about Jews are bad, but this white nationalist says it's the princes of the time period, the elite of whites using Jews to oppress others. I'm not saying I believe any of this. I'm not saying I trust any of this information. All I'm saying is his rhetoric sounds different from some of these other white nationalists. Let's go back to the phone line, see what my people's got to say. I know Strong Dad want to call him. We're going to get him in here. And Rudy want to call, so I'm going to let Rudy get in here. You know? Go ahead, Rudy. Let's get Rudy in here. You know? And some people say, Hotep Jesus, aren't you afraid of talking about stuff like this? I just told you I operate in the fifth dimension. I'm not bound by the rules and laws of your world in this 3D realm. Lawrence said, I never heard that take before, because this is mad hidden information, yo. Like when I want to study history, I go into the white nationalist chat rooms and see what they say about everybody.
Rudy the vet.
Rudy, what up, yo?
What's good, brother? How you doing today, man?
Good. What you got for us today?
I'm a little frustrated with you today for even putting that poll up about Megyn Kelly.
Okay.
And I'm explaining to you why. And I understand you went on our show and I watched it, but Megyn Kelly is what you call a WHORE who will sell her soul for $1, bro.
Oh, here we go.
Okay?
That's not nice, Rudy. Come on.
Bro, she took the bag in 2016 from the Republican establishment to attack Trump and act like he was a sexist pig. Then she got her props from that, left and went to the MSNBC and went over there and took a bag and then was crying on TV apologizing about culturally appropriated Halloween costumes. And then she got fired from there after $20 million or whatever it was. And then here she comes, resurfaces again and rebirthed again, takes the bag from YouTube and Sirius to be a true concern. Man, that lady will say anything for $1, dude. She will say and do anything for $1. And I believe in Western society, a woman who will say and do anything for $1 is described as a WHORE. Period.
Did she get the call, or did she?
Got the call, bro. She's been getting the call for over 10 years, man. There's no point in even putting that poll up, dude. That lady is a snake in the grass, man. She is a snake in the grass, and she's a pretty blonde white lady, so dumbass conservatives will like to look at her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a pretty blonde white lady who spews bullshit and has been spewing bullshit for the last 10 years. And if you fall for her shit, and if the call was in. The call was in. There was no point in that poll. You know better than this. I understand you, brother. I understand the sphere that in the circle that you move in. But as a Hotep adjacent white man, I'm trying to tell you right now that bitch is poison for the white culture, dog. Poison for the white culture. She got the call. She sold her soul for millions of dollars several times to the right wing, to the left wing, back to the right wing, and she'll do it all for $1 because she's a WHORE. And I spell it out because I'm trying to keep you monetized, homie.
I appreciate that.
Nephilim was right. My bad. The Nephilim was right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just to divide and conquer, dig deep, like he said. But with talk, I don't speak on black issues too much. But the same way with the FBA and the tethers, man, it's just, let's divide them into even subgroups amongst the subgroups, man. Subgroups amongst the subgroups, man. Let's divide them by black and white. Let's divide them by FBAs. Let's divide them by this. Let's divide them by that. Let's divide them by this. Let's divide them by that, man. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's distract them with this. Let's distract them with that. But when you come here in this chat, you know what I'm saying? It's why you're algorithmically slowed down, because you got people in this chat of all races, colors, and creeds with a similar thinking, and that scares the living shit out of them, bro.
Yeah.
It scares the living shit out of them, bro.
Yeah, that's
all I got for you, my man. I wanted to roll in right after Goldstein because, dude, the call Like, this lady takes the call every time the phone rings, man. She's never turned down a bag, dog. She's never turned down a bag, man. And that's all I got to say, brother. That's all I got to say. Good show, man. Good show, man. As usual, you know what I'm saying? And Hotep and motherfucking Bill, bro. I'm out.
All right, Hotep and Bill. Lord have mercy. I forgot to run my disclaimer. Lord have mercy. Strong Dad, go ahead, call in. Let's see what Strong Dad got for us. I know he's going to talk about these white supremacists or white nationalists or whatever we call them. Read My Soul says Rudy top 3 callers. Yeah. It's definitely top 3 callers. I won't refute that. And he's right into the point. You know, he gets right into the point. Black Falcon said Rudy don't hold any punches. No, he don't. And that's a double entendre. Because he definitely knocked your ass out, too. Come on, Lauren. How you going to say that about Megan? Megan, listen, I don't know these motherfuckers, Megan. I love you, Megan Kelly. I don't know these niggas.
Call from
Strong Dad.
Yo, Strong Dad, yo.
What up? All right, so I'm going to get right into it.
Okay.
The guy that we're discussing, the white nationalist.
Yeah.
He is not, he's only speaking for one type of white nationalist.
Okay.
When it comes to white nationalism, they're just as confused as black people. As a matter of fact, FBA and all that, that's black people catching on to how confusing shit can really get. So what you'll find is that you have identitarian white nationalists who are Christian, those who believe like him. You have the Asatrus, which are the ones who follow the Nordic beliefs, and then you have the fringe ones. In general, there's about 100 or so.
I think he's one of those. I think the dude I played is one of the Nordic cats.
You think he's a Nordic cat?
Yeah, because he mentioned some shit in his lecture.
That's possible. Yes, that's possible. Yeah, if they're talking anything Nordic, then they are a part of the Asatru group. But then you even have 2 different types of them. You have the extremist Asatrus, and then you have the ones who would get along with you, and they just have a religion like everyone else would, have a religion.
Okay.
So it gets really muddy which ones, and when you're looking for like a racist quote unquote Asatru, you're looking for specific iconography that it changes how normal Nordic iconography would look. They also venerate certain gods who are they don't just venerate every god. This is not me or an opinion. This is directly from the mouth of a shot caller for one of the National Knights Nation members. So in Colorado here, in the high max prisons and in the medium max prisons, you have national shot callers that are incarcerated here. There's a bunch everywhere, but the point is that they all carry and share the same rhetoric. And so this is what they'll tell you. They'll sit down and tell you straight to your face if you actually ask them, which I've done plenty of times.
Well, my thing is, with the white nationalists that covet Christianity and then are anti-Jew, that to me seems like a conflict of interest.
They don't but see, they don't care about that. So they are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're more of like the homesteading type white nationalists. They care less about, what separates a religion from who you're following, and more about what it does to make sure that their family stays secure and they can continue their white genetic heritage. So they don't care about that contradiction. They care about the end goal. But then you have a whole bunch who follow different types of Christianity or don't, and they vie for they have competition to see who's leading the rhetoric, which is why you see sentiments like the one he expressed where he was like, I've been beating this drum for a while or whatever, and no one's been listening. Well, that's him griping because he's not getting recognized by national members, and this happens a whole lot. So it's just important to add that into the conversation, that not all white nationalists or white supremacists actually carry this belief, but still are hardcore in their belief itself. Yeah. Especially when it comes to the gang style ones. These guys are almost never recognized, and they're big in a lot of areas. Here in Colorado, the 211s, right? They stem from black killers. And this group, they don't care about religion. They're just a white group. That's it. They believe like they're like the Crips for white people. So it gets really crazy. But I just wanted to add that to the conversation.
I appreciate you, bro.
Back, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Hold on. Great insight by Strong Dad. We got a message from Cooley. Thank you. Shout out to Brody. It's one of my brothers. Let's listen to this.
I see y'all having an I Hate Cooley party on the timeline. Can I get up in this motherfucker? Why y'all so mad? Hold on, we gonna run the line. I'm gonna run down the line. Cause y'all niggas on this bitch capping. Ari, I know your bitch made ass ain't talking about no fight, nigga. You a faggot, nigga. You a bitch. You was crying about your daddy on the phone to me last night, but this morning you Tupac. Nigga, who the fuck you think you is? You think you part of the cartel cause you Cuban Italian, nigga? If I give a fuck about you, nigga, I'll slap dogs, boy. You know I'm on probation. That's why I can't do that. You smart. That was smart. Oh, yeah. Second person. Nay, I know you ain't talking about nobody doing no motherfucking bad business. Bitch, you took 6 months to mix 5 songs. That's why your ass got fired. What did you talk about? It's ironic the 2 people who don't know their business, the one got fucked, feel like they got fucked over. Y'all in this bitch tweaking. Who was the bitch with the big glasses, too? I don't even know your name, but you lame. I don't know you. Anyway, who else? Who else was it? Oh, Stretch. Nigga, I don't know you. When the fuck was you supposed to be Stash Brothers? Why y'all niggas keep talking like y'all know me? Y'all don't know me, nigga. What the fuck y'all talking about, bro? Y'all niggas sound like some hoes. Y'all been going about this shit for 3-4 days, bro. Stop tweaking. I do not know y'all niggas. Y'all ain't D-Lo or James and Miller and them. I don't know y'all niggas. The fuck you talking about? All right, you so lame, you don't even realize saying a nigga stole your money make you look stupid. You look like a bitch. If I stole your money, you look like a bitch. You do understand that, right? Like, get y'all shit together, man.
Y'all, 2024, grifting season, election year, the year of the dragon. Tomorrow, the voice you just heard, Cooley Bravo, will be live on the show, 2 p.m. Y'all know when the Grift Report is. Make sure y'all here at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk to him. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Hold on, let's go back to his page. And then we'll go to Cannon on the phone calls next. Hold on a second. Wild. Wait, why are we not? Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. What is this? Cooley said, oh, this is last night. Okay. I thought it was another update. Hold on, I'm going to refresh his page because he might have updated again. So real quick I want to just tell you guys here how I got the Cooley interview. And a lot of it is, I think, has to do with Brody. Brody, we were putting together the lineup for HotepCon last year, and he was like, yo, we should have Cooley on. And I was like, word, dope. So we had Cooley, and, me and Cooley met for the first time. We hung out. We had a really good time at HotepCon. A lot of y'all, I know Heather met Cooley, hung out with Cooley. A lot of y'all hung out with Cooley at HotepCon last year. That was really dope. And I got a chance to interview him on stage. So last night, Uncle Hotep was like, Hotep Jesus, you're slipping because Cooley's the hot topic right now. You know him. How come you haven't gotten the interview? And I said one word in his chat. Steph, you remember this, Steph? And I said timing, right? That's all I said. I said timing. Everything comes with timing, right? Now, the reason why I didn't reach out to Cooley was because I like to do genuine things, okay? I like to interview people when it's genuine. I don't want to just go, oh, this is hot. Let's go get the interview. And I hadn't been keeping up with all of what was happening with Cooley. Jabari did a good job of keeping us up to date. And I was trying to keep up with what some of Jabari was saying, but I wasn't really all up in the Kool-Aid. Well, last night, I received a phone call. I'm sorry. I received a text from Cooley, and it goes, we had a nice little conversation. I'm scrolling through it. He said, hey, interview soon. So when I saw that, I was like, with who? Because I think I saw him supposed to have an interview. So I was like, with who? And he responds, you. And I said, oh shit, let's get it. And then our conversation continues from there. So Cooley said specifically he wanted Hotep Jesus to interview. He said he wanted to give me the exclusive for the culture.
Hotep.
I didn't have to reach out to Cooley. Cooley reached out to me because he know the culture is in Hotep Nation. Y'all. He also knows I'm the best interview on the fucking planet. But he respects me enough, and I can't tell you how honored and thankful I am for Cooley selecting me to do the interview. And this is why I talk about we operate in a fifth dimension. Unc said, yo, I'm slipping on my grifting, and I'm like, no, I stay true to my heart. And if the interview was meant to happen, it'll happen. And after Uncle Hotep got off, Cooley reached out and said, Hotep, I don't want to give this interview to nobody else. I want to give you the exclusive. So that's how that came about. That's love at work. Shout out to Cooley. Cooley, you the fucking man, bro. Always appreciated. I knew you was a real one from the very beginning, and I cannot wait. I'm going to put my foot in that interview tomorrow. I already wrote down a whole bunch of notes, and I'm going all out for this interview. That's why I had Renee do the thumbnail and everything, because I really want to make sure the culture, and I told Cooley this in text last night. I said, what I want to do is I want to create a timeline in people's minds, a chronological timeline of events from the very beginning all the way up until the last little piece of this Drake-Kendrick battle, so people understand why is Cooley involved and how deep is he involved, and the $150K bribe from Drake's team. We're gonna get into all of that. So subscribe, and tomorrow, God willing, we'll have that interview here. So make sure you tune in. Okay, Cannon. Let's go to Cannon. Let's get Cannon on the phone lines. Oh, this is why you don't got a grift, baby. Be true. Be true to the game. Be true to the game. Don't abuse the game. Be true to the game, and God will bless. The cosmic, collective consciousness, cosmic consciousness will bless you. Okay? So I didn't have to LARP for the interview. The interview came to me. Play the disclaimer before the interview. I'm definitely going to have to play the disclaimer for the interview. How are you going to title the video? I don't know. I don't know. I have several ideas for the title, but I haven't selected one yet. But it's probably going to have something about 150K, Cooley, Drake, Kendrick, something. Those are like the key words I'm working with, just to give you a heads up. Okay.
Call from
Cannon.
Cannon.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's good, man? Happy Monday, man.
Happy Monday. So, look, I'm with Rudy, yo. Megyn Kelly been getting the call since she got the call to take down Alex Jones, yo.
Wait, what?
Megyn Kelly been got the call since she got the call to take Alex Jones down.
Word?
You don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
The interview she did with him?
Word?
Was she with the InfoWars?
Nah.
Check that out.
What happened?
You know, Alex Jones was persona non grata. That's how all of this, all of the sand in the hook stuff started coming back up and resurging because of her interview. After she did that interview with Jones, then all of that came back out of nowhere, out of the ether. Next thing you know, he was gone. Shortly after that interview, she set him all the way up. All the way up.
Wow.
She always been an op. That's what she is. She a honeypot. She a good-looking white girl. But Jones got her on audio where she was like, "Yeah, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that." She was being real nice to him and this that. Then when they got in that interview, it was like, "Yo, what happened?" But he expected it. But it's still, that's how all of that.
So you saying Megyn got the call?
Yeah, she got the call, yo, all day.
Damn.
Another thing, forget her, like with the white nationalist dude. Like, I hear what he's saying. Like,
like people, like I said in the stream, in the chat, like, you know, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he's my Lord and Savior. But the thing about it is, a lot of people don't read the Bible. They say.
Yes, correct.
A lot of people, they worship Jesus. They go to church. They scream and holler, but they don't read. Right. And I got the way I interpret it or whatever. And, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. You know, like Jesus said, like I said, you know, when you talk about fifth dimension, he said, yo, if you got the faith of a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to move from here to there, and it's going to do it. Right?
Now that's my type of Christian. Now that shit I can get with.
You know what I mean?
It's right there in your book.
It's right there when his disciples couldn't exorcise this demon and he had to come do it. He had to come out of the mountains to come do it. They said, why couldn't we do it? It was like, but he said, because y'all don't got enough faith. He's like, if you got the faith of a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to move from here to there, and that mountain gonna move. Not to mention, I got this theory that when Jesus was retreating into the mountains, he was stepping outside of space time, but that's a whole nother thing. I don't think people are ready for that one.
Oh, this is my type. See, this is my type of Christianity. Now we on point. Here we go. I ain't never heard that one before.
I'm just saying, it was a time where, because Jesus is God. God came down in form of man of Jesus Christ. It's not the first time he did it.
Right.
He came down as allegedly, because you can't prove it, but Melchizedek had no beginning, he had no end, he had no genealogy, and he was the king of Salem. You know what Salem means in Hebrew, right?
No.
He was the king of peace.
Hotep.
And Abraham gave him 10% of the spoils he got out of a war. So they're saying, so they believe Melchizedek might have been another reincarnation of God coming to earth.
Okay.
But anyway, so as far as like what the guy was talking about, Jesus was a Jew and he got persecuted by the Jews. Yeah, the Romans killed him, but the Jews set him up.
Right.
And when they would say he was committing heresy.
Right.
So even in the Talmud, when you look at the Talmud said Jesus existed, but they said he existed. He was doing black magic. He was doing mystic arts and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It was called a heresy and not miracles, even though he was healing people. And then when the Romans caught up with Jesus, the Jews had a chance to save him, and they said they saved a murderer over Jesus. They said the murderer committed less of a crime than Jesus did, performing the miracles that he did that they called heresy or blasphemy. So I get what the guy's saying, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I think it's just excuses. Like Strong Dad said, he just mad because he ain't get the call from his people. You know what I mean? You know,
who didn't get the call from his people?
The guy that you was listening to, he got it right that he ain't being recognized. You know what I mean? But that video is old. Oh, okay.
That's an old video.
Real. You know, the smart niggas in Baltimore, Uncle Hotep. You know, me and being Strong Dad, we share the same birthday and all that shit. We from Baltimore and share the same birthday. It's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. But yeah, that I forgot who. I think it was Andre Brown wanted me to explain that. But yeah, Jesus was a Jew and he got persecuted by his Jews. I don't even know if I don't think Christianity wouldn't have happened if he didn't get crucified and resurrect. Which there is historical record for the crucifixion, and there is accounts of him being resurrected.
Okay.
So, but they called him rabbi and all that other stuff. He just was trying to show Jews, the age of enlightenment. He was trying to enlighten them, like, yo, we can move this way. But they didn't want to hear it. They want to be stuck in the old ways.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna take up the time. Like I said, go look it up. I think he was stepping outside of space time when he was going into that mountain. Because I don't think time is linear. I think time is simultaneous. Past, present, and future is always happening at the same time.
Okay.
So if God went to the mountains and he talked to Elijah in the future, and he talked to Moses in the past, and all three of them was talking together, that means they was outside of space time doing that.
Yeah. All right. So, appreciate you, bro.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Now, see, that's the Christianity I like to fucking hear about. You know what I mean? Jonah's back from the dead. Hold on, I'm looking something up really fast. I'm waiting for somebody to build this tool. Oh, here we go. Somebody finally built it. Okay. Oh, you need a free trial. All right. I mean, I don't mind paying for it, I guess. Let me see. I'm looking for an AI YouTube timestamp generator. Something that will generate my... All right, so here's one I could try for free. All right, I'm going to try this so I can get my timestamps generated automatically. Jabari said 25 years in Kemet. I wonder what he was studying. Yeah.
Call from
Jonah.
He was in the mystery schools. Jonah!
What's good?
What's good, bro?
Am I getting feedback here with the wind?
Yeah, you are. All types of feedback.
Okay.
Langley's blocking the feed.
Give me 1 second. I'm walking in a sheltered area here. The house door.
Oh, man. Langley's...
Anyway.
They stepping on the line. That sounds better.
No, it's all good. I'm just I'm out here. Right? I'm still working on the farm when I'm not calling. So
Okay. Well, so what you got for us today, bro?
first, I turned in when you were talking about the Negro women there and being forced to work.
Uh-huh.
You know what that is, right?
Nah, what's that?
I'll quote that piece of shit scumbag whose children killed themselves. From each according to his ability to each according to his needs. So you don't get to sit around being a housewife.
Oh, communism. How did I miss that?
This a real Hotep.
Communism. That's some Marxist shit. You right,
Dude.
Jonah.
And who was Marx's pen pal? Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, here we fucking go.
This a real Hotep brother.
Now, as far as the distraction is from yourself, but we have to go all the way back to, and I'll spell his name out. It's Iuvenal. In English, you'll say juvenile. Give them bread in circuses, and they will not revolt. Give them bread in circuses, they will not revolt. It's the same shit going on. Now,
hold on. Stop. Hold that thought. I just want to bring up the screen a point you brought up. Here it is. An unfinished revolution. Karl Marx and Abraham Lincoln. Says here, Karl Marx and Abraham Lincoln exchanged letters at the end of the Civil War. Damn. All right, proceed.
What was Marx's quote about the Civil War? It was the greatest socialist revolution in history.
Who said that? Marx?
Karl Marx.
He said the Civil War was what?
You can look it up. The greatest socialist revolution in history.
I'm learning today. You giving me ammo. I'm about to get these niggas timeline on the hell. I'm about to get y'all niggas hell on the timeline.
Oh, I had all last week. I was without phone because I'm still whatever. But I'm living life and loving the farm life. But the money wasn't coming. So, anyways, here's one that I haven't been able to confirm, but I'm confident in saying it because I've confirmed other things from this author. Do you know what the radical Republicans were also known as?
What were the radical Republicans also known as? You took it. I was just about. Yes, the Jacobins. That's correct. Yeah. Or the Jacobins. Yes.
Yes. So, and then the Jacobins are obviously the French Revolution. So that's all communism. But anyways. Now, let's get into this white nationalist because he's completely correct. And I'll give you a quick rundown on the religions through some of the perspectives. And now,
do it.
When he's talking about the Great Prince of Kiev, 1093, that's just after 1065. 1065 was the Great Schism, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about Christianity that we have here in North America, that has nothing to do with Judaism. It's literally nothing to do with Judaism. It's complete fucking paganism.
What?
It's completely...
What is paganism?
The Christianity that we have in North America. The Orthodox religion.
Yeah.
The Orthodox Christianity is going to be the Christianity of Judaism.
Correct.
If you go to Constantine, and then all the way from Constantine, paganism, it's all been heathenized. It's all been, credit to Strong Dad. So much of the Christianity that we're taught in North America is it's not true. Now, if you go to your DMs while I'm speaking here, because I also gave you another Martin Luther King link.
I'm on my way.
But so if you look at the Jesus Christ, let's just go for his birthday, for example. All the way up until 1065, Christmas was not called Christmas, and it was celebrated on January 6th. Why did they move it to December 25th? Because it's a celebration of Sol Invictus, the sun.
Oh man, here we
go.
go.
When you celebrate Christmas on December 25th, that's the day that Constantine and the Roman Empire put in place. So you would celebrate Saturnalia and Sol Invictus and not realize it.
So here you just showed me the influence of Mithraism on Christianity. Another paper written by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Yep.
The other one you showed, I've already posted that for coaching in the past. But what I was going to get to is if you go all the way down to the conclusion and the part above that too, actually, he pretty much tells how Christianity is pretty much all
influenced
by all the pagan roots of the Christian.
He says here, and I quote, that Christianity did copy and borrow from Mithraism cannot be denied, but it was generally a natural and unconscious process rather than a deliberate plan of action. So he gives them an out, but he does admit that he says it was subject to the same influences from the environment as were the other cults, and it sometimes produced the same reaction. The people were conditioned by the contact with the older religions and the background and general trend of the time. Many of the views, while passing out of paganism into Christianity, were given a more profound and spiritual meaning by Christians, yet we must be indebted to the source. To discuss Christianity without mentioning other religions would be like discussing the greatness of the Atlantic Ocean without the slightest mention of the many tributaries that keep it flowing. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Great work, Jonah.
Now let's go ahead too, and let's also point out here, Mother Mary, and actually we'll go with yesterday, Mother's Day. It's a celebration of Cybele, Cybele. Cybele had, guess what her symbol is? The pine cone. The Vatican is located in the pine cone district with a 30-foot tall pine cone in its pine cone courtyard.
Uh-oh. Got it on the screen right now.
The Papal Keys has two keys. One is Cybele, two-faced female goddess. The other is the key of Janus, the two-faced Roman god that comes above all, who was once known as Chaos. Order from Chaos, or Ordo ab Chao, the Freemasons. It's all the run down the whole shebang.
Uh-oh.
But, so it's very easy, It's very easy for someone, if you really look at the history of Christianity or the history of religion and the paganization of the Christian or whatever the text, because let's be honest, the Apocrypha, Constantine decided to become Christian in 322, which is my belief, which is why Skull and Bones actually has 322 on their logo. Or, as is popular belief, he was baptized at his death, which means he organized and held the Council of Nicaea when he was still a fucking pagan. And he created the Bible, which is a pagan Bible.
All right, that's enough, Jonah. That's too much for today, man. You're going to get us overload, man. That's enough. Stop right there. Stop right there. Save some for the next time.
But I told you, man, right away, as soon as I saw that, like the nigga girl women, though, I was telling you, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, man, that's just communism. Literally, that's what the destruction of the family is, right? You're not allowed to be a mother. The kids do not belong to you.
Yo, all right, Jonah, get off my phone, man. I got goosebumps now. Thank you, bro.
Oh, and call me Kirk. Call me Kirk. You know, there's a reason that he has that, his logo for TPUSA. He has a big C there for the turning point, right? But it's because he is CPUSA, Communist Party of the United States of America. He's an insurgent.
Appreciate you, bro. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Nigga, Jonah came in with the flamethrower today, boy. You know when you don't hear from Jonah for a while and he resurfaced, he's coming to the surface like a dragon in this dragon year. Heather said, Janice, bingo card completed. It's not a Jonah call unless he mentions Janice. Ain't that the truth? Heather sitting back waiting for it. Mark this off, mark that off. Goldstein's back. Uh-oh, here we go.
Murphy.
It's a spicy Monday. Goldstein, what you got for us, bro?
10 seconds.
Okay.
I want you to tell me how this sounds. All right.
All right.
As it pertains to the white Christian nationals or the white Christian period.
Yeah.
Who's about white people and okay. So tell me how this sounds right here.
All
right. Black folks, I don't like them. Can't stand them. They're fucking up the world. They own all the banks. They're fucking up everything. They're making all this evil come into the world. And the only way that we can defeat them and defeat this evil that black people bring into the world is if we pray to our God, Shaka Zulu. How does that sound?
Hey, yo.
Sounds crazy as fuck.
Hey, yo, y'all know next time I go back to Tim Pool, I'm bringing a squad with me. I think next time I go back to Tim Pool, I'm bringing Goldstein and Sonny. And I'm going to just sit back and just chill and just sort of help Tim mediate. Yo, exactly. That's
all
I love that. That's a perfect example. I love that. That was perfect. Exquisite, sir. Great work.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. Pray to our God, Shaka Zulu. Oh my God. That was a well-drawn analogy. Y'all giving me so much ammo for the timeline. The thing is, some of this ammo, I'm not going to run with it right now. I like to just let it embed within my soul and my DNA and my body and my subconscious mind and let it come out on its own at a later date, you know? Again, Uncle Hotep, that's called timing. So I'm running with all this shit. Damn. Jonah hit us with a bomb today, man. Ohio Tap, go ahead. Let's get my crazy Ohio niggas in here. Ohio Tap, call in. Let's hear what these crazy niggas got to say. You know, there's a fifth dimension, but Ohio's like the ninth dimension. Actually, it's like the negative fifth dimension. It's a whole new world. Cooley's still going off. Let's do another Cooley update while we wait for Ohio Tap. What's going on here? Does he have another voice? Oh shit. Oh shit. Somebody done put the ether track behind his voice note.
I see y'all having an I Hate Cooley party on the timeline. Can I get up in this motherfucker? Why y'all so mad? Hold on, we gonna run the line. I'm gonna run down the line. Cause y'all niggas on this bitch capping. Ari, I know your bitch made ass ain't talking about no fight, nigga. You a faggot, nigga. You a bitch. You was crying about your daddy on the phone to me last night, but this morning you Tupac. Nigga, who the fuck you think you is? You think you part of the cartel cause you Cuban Italian, nigga? I give a fuck about you, nigga. I'll slap dogs, boy. You know I'm on probation. That's why I can't do that. You smart. That was smart. Oh yeah. Second person. Nay, I know you ain't talking about nobody doing no motherfucking bad business. Bitch, you took 6 months to mix 5 songs. That's why your ass got fired. What did you talk about? It's ironic that 2 people who don't know their business, the one got fucked, feel like they got fucked over. Y'all in this bitch tweaking. Who was the bitch with the big glasses too? I don't even know your name, but you lame. I don't know you. Anyway, who else? Who else was it? Oh, Stretch. Nigga, I don't know you. When the fuck was you supposed to be Stash Brothers? Why y'all niggas keep talking like y'all know me? Y'all don't know me, nigga. What the fuck y'all talking about, bro? Y'all niggas sound like some hoes. Y'all been going about this shit for 3-4 days, bro. Stop tweaking. I do not know y'all niggas. Y'all ain't D-Lo or James and Miller and them. I don't know y'all niggas. The fuck you talking about? Ari, you so lame. You don't even realize saying a nigga stole your money make you look stupid. You look like a bitch. If I stole your money, you look like a bitch. You do understand that, right? Like, get y'all shit together, man.
Why does everything sound better over the ether beat, yo? Why does everything sound better? Ohio Ted, what's good, Tari?
Yo. I was wondering if you was going to talk about that today. I remember the other week you were talking about when you were doing your presentations on emotional intelligence and everything. You were talking about, what are you paying attention to? And recently, even before the whole beef popped off, I kind of took a break from paying attention to all the politics every day, and all that stuff. Took a break, was only listening to the Grift report. Then I hopped in on the beef and everything. And I felt like it was the reason I was paying attention to this so much. Because like I told you last week, I feel like it's a little bit bigger than just rap. So I've been having my in the streets. And when I heard that little interview that came out over the weekend, I was like, I recognize that voice.
You heard that voice before. And you know where you heard it.
I know this nigga.
Yeah. You know where you heard it before. You met him. You hung out with him.
Yeah.
Tari is one of those people that have the privilege of saying they've hung out with Cooley before. Yep, you was at HotepCon. We bring the greatest to HotepCon. Mostly because we have a great team that watches my back. The team, Brody, like that was just a great call. Anytime I have a blind spot, there's somebody on my team like, yo, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, yes. A lot of people don't understand a lot of the stuff that happens is just me, giving a go ahead. I'm just like, okay. A lot of the stuff that happens with this is just my team is just so fucking great, and people love me and they watch my back, and it's just wonderful things come about. Shout out to the squad.
I was wondering if that interview was gonna be coming too. Like I was like, I feel like you gotta do an interview with Hotep now.
I thought about it. But I didn't want to. I felt like there was something going on in hip hop culture, and I felt like the interview should go to, I don't know, like Nerd or somebody who does hip hop, right? But when Cooley, you know me, I don't like LARPing. I don't like just, straight grifting unless I know I could do it justice. And when Cooley reached out to me, that's when I knew I could do it justice because he trusted me. So I gladly accepted it, and I said, all right, we'll do this, and I'll put my foot in it. And I would love to. Absolutely. So, yeah, it's here. You guys probably willed this into existence. Uncle Hotep probably willed this into existence. This is all 5D shit.
Okay. I mean, that's what happens when you Hotep,
Yeah.
It feels like, certain things just play themselves out that way. And I've been feeling like this whole time, like I knew this shit was a little bigger than rap. I felt like there's some Hotep shit going on right now.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
And that was just like some further confirmation for that fact.
So. Well, appreciate you for the call, bro.
Good show today, man.
All right, thanks, man.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Another fucking classic episode. Phone lines are closed. Another classic episode. I'm going to finish off here with some Cooley stuff and catch up on what's going on with him. Shout out to the callers for making it another classic. You guys are absolutely amazing. But it looks like Cooley's got some personal beef with the individual who's trying to call him out, and I think that's where it started from. And Cooley be setting niggas up, like he deactivates his account knowing the snakes are gonna come out the grass. Cooley's borderline genius. if not genius. I shouldn't even say borderline genius. I should just go ahead and just say he's a genius. He's got a 130 plus IQ, really smart individual, 5D worker. He said, I see all them hoe ass niggas having a hate party. That Cooley dude is my girl's baby daddy. And let me tell y'all now, Buddy is animated. And he said, man, shut your bitch ass up. Why would you want to admit something like that? I would never want to admit like some dude is my girlfriend's baby daddy. Like, what? Anyway, so you taking care of it? Let me just keep my mouth shut. Cooley says niggas out of they body for nothing. This individual says all this talk. I'm embarrassed for you in front of your pop spirit when I see you. He's ashamed of you for more reasons than one. Tell these fools how you living off your bitch's disability checks. And Cooley says, I'm crying. This nigga swear he Batman. Stop writing me poems, sucker ass nigga. You been tweeting all day. Lord have mercy. Shit got me crying. And that's not true that Cooley lives off of his girlfriend's checks. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how I know Cooley's got income, but Cooley's got his own income. I thought everybody should kind of know that, though. Shit got me crying. I interviewed him, and he covered that in an interview, actually. Y'all ever talk about Book of Clarence? I haven't watched Book of Clarence yet. I'll probably give it a watch now. You said something, Dre. Your girl's baby daddy, ? Crying. He said, shit got me crying. Niggas just attaching themselves in any fashion now. It was funny at first, but now they acting stupid. Yeah, that's kind of like weird. Like, so the Cooley saga is just saga-ing. It's just a continuous story. And we're going to have him on tomorrow, God willing, and get to the bottom of all this going on. And yeah, so make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. Sometimes notifications don't work. Yesterday, I turned on notifications for Uncle Hotep and didn't get a notification. That was really fucking weird. I turned on notifications for that specific stream and still didn't get a notification. So maybe it's something on my phone or the YouTube app. But I was on YouTube when he went live, and I still didn't get a notification on you. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Be well, stay merry. Tell somebody, family, that you love them. I'll be back tonight with Uncle Hotep for another episode of Hotep's Been Told You. This is our private show. Patreon.com/Hotep's Been Told You. The link is in the description box below. We're going to talk about the Cooley stuff and all that's going on in the news and media. And yeah, so make sure y'all tune in. And that link is in the description box below. And I'm out of here, man. Thank you, everybody, for participating, all the callers. And shout out to the people funding Jabari Judah, Kamar Daniel, and Leon 008. I appreciate y'all for showing some monetary support. We didn't meet our goal today, but that's okay. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. You know where to find me. Be well, stay merry. Tell somebody in your family that you love them. And as always, Hotep and Bill.
Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right? We've got some great categories tonight, including athlete.
We'll say what's up to your dad. Seasons COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year Award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Lil Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all picked the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons
look alike to me.
Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like you came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through, no one's been shot yet.
But I'm going to say at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year.
Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it. Thank God.